Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Wednesday night movie live stream with me, Playtendoguy, and as always, I'm joined by Andy from Forgotten World of Movies.
Hello, everyone.
And Mike from Cinema Axeman.
Hi, guys.
And tonight we're joined by two special guests. First up, we've got Alan from Kermits Ghosts. Great to have you back on the stream, Alan.
It's nice to be here.
It's been a little while. I think, as I said before the stream started, it's been since Christmas, so quite a long time. We're not too far off Christmas again. I better not bring that up.
No, let's not go down the Christmas route.
Oh, it's already in the shops, but moving on from Christmas. We'll also be joined by Tim Talks Talkies, but he'll join us up later on in the night as he's currently busy at the moment. But anyway, as I always do with these streams, always say like the only question, should I say, of the night is, what was the last movie or some of the last movies you've watched over the past week? Do you want to go first, Andy?
Sure. I went to see Bullet Train on Monday afternoon. I had a great time at that. It was a lot of fun. And I've just been rewatching the Harry Potter movies on 4K. So I nearly finished watching them all. I'm about halfway through Hallows Part 2. I've been having fun watching them in Ultra HD. So, yeah.
4K transfer any good?
It's hit and miss for me, I think. There's some bits of it that look really bad, like really, really grainy, and there's other bits that look spectacular. I'd say like the standout is probably when you see the title of the movie come up, when it says like Harry Potter and the so-and-so. It looks amazing in 4K. It just looks stellar. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Are the images darkened on those transfers?
Again, it's hit and miss for me, because the first time I put Hallows in Part 2 to watch, and I couldn't see a thing, and I was like, oh god, have I made the right choice? But then I had to fiddle with the color contrast on the telly, and it seemed to really, really help improve it. But yeah, I've got to say, rewatching them, and I've drawn my curtains as well, which has been a big help. But rewatching them, they do look a lot brighter when they're brighter. But yeah, I've got to say that they just look really, really good when they look good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Because you got that nice set with the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah.
Do you get a booklet in it and other bits, or just?
Yeah, you get like a poster and some art cards for Philosopher's Stone. It's a very Philosopher's Stone heavy set because of all the extra bits to do with that movie, but because it's more of like a 20th anniversary set. But yeah, no, the movies look great. They look fantastic.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Definitely worth getting. It's a nice box set, but I think it's sold out now.
Yeah, I think some of it goes for a hefty price on eBay, but yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think the big one was probably Prey. I watched that over the weekend. I enjoyed it. It was pretty decent. It was like a solid 7 out of 10 for me. And last night I watched for the first time House of Gucci. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone was saying it was, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good.
Just that two.
Did you like Gerard Leto's performance, the fat suit?
I didn't really have an issue with him, to be honest.
No, I thought he was a really good character.
Yeah. No issue. I thought he was fine. It's kind of hard to picture him playing that type of character, but then when you think about it, he is actually the right age to be playing a character like that, because he is actually 50, even though he doesn't look it at all. But yeah, I thought he was fine.
I only found out he was 50 a few months ago. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought he was only in his 30s.
Yeah.
Would you say Prey's your favourite of the new Predator films, or what's your favourite sequel?
I do have a soft spot for Predator 2. I used to hate it. I think the first time I saw it, I hated it, but it's really grown on me like every time I watch it. So I think that's probably my favorite sequel. But yeah, Prey's probably my next favorite.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I do like the second one. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And what about you, Alan? What are some of the films you've watched over the past week?
I thought you might ask that. I watched. I don't know. Get the camera. Flying Scott. I watched. I don't know if that's mirrored to you, that title.
Yeah.
I watched that this afternoon. If you like old films, that's pretty decent. Picture quality is really good on that one. Apart from like the stock footage that are used, sometimes a bit grainy, but that happens on all films this sort of age.
That's good.
It's,
Is that about the Flying Scotsman?
it's about the Flying Scot train, and these guys are robbing it. They're taking the money. The money on the train is going to be destroyed, whilst new banknotes are made, and they decide they're going to take it, and it doesn't quite go to plan. I watched this last night. Quite enjoyed it. I was tried to wait until the hype had gone down about it, and it was a pleasant surprise. I'll say pleasant if you've seen the film with the hammer, you know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that for what it was. I actually preferred this over Hereditary, his other film, Ari Aster's other film. So that's not a bad film at all. The morning before that, I watched Memory. That's not too bad. He's an aging assassin. He's got the sort of onset dementia, and a hit's put out on him because he refuses to do his hit because of his morals. That's quite a good film. That one with the worst CGI. That lion there, she looks pretty good on the cover, but that's what you get in the film. This thing here, and it looks so ropey, awful CGI. But the thing is, they could have done without the lion story in that. So apart from that, it's a good film. And I watched Prey as well, which I thought was really good. Probably third best one for me. Thought maybe joint second. I like the first one, obviously. You're never going to top that.
Yeah.
And then the sequel with Danny Glover, and then this new one.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What was I going to say? They're teasing a sequel, aren't they, of Prey? So that'll be quite good. They bring out a sequel. Yeah.
That didn't take long, did it?
No, I think it got announced that it was like Hulu's biggest ever watched day one film ever. So it's a given, isn't it? But yeah, I watched Prey over the weekend. I watched it on the first day and loved it. Thought it was a lot of fun. Really short film. Didn't outstay its welcome. Some dodgy CGI here and there on the animals, and also they do like to seem to cut away just as they're about to show a really gory kill. I noticed from it, but apart from that, enjoyed it.
What I liked about Prey was that the Predator's technology is less advanced. Obviously, it's 300 years ago. He's not using the lasers; he's using the arrows. I thought that's quite a good touch.
Yeah, I thought that was a good touch too, and they changed like his mask and all. His mask is all different. What else did I watch? I watched Lightyear. It was fine. Best thing about it was the cat. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once last night and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a really nice surprise. Probably the best A24 film I've seen. Looking forward to it when it comes out on Blu-ray, if it does, because it hasn't even got a release date over here yet. And I also watched Elvis the other night, and I've got to say I was a little bit disappointed in it. The first half of the film was all over the place for me. It wasn't until that second half of the film that it slowed down and it got better. And also, I wasn't that keen on Tom Hanks in the film. He sounded like a mix between the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Elmo.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, not a lot else. But yeah, as it's been a little while since you've been on the stream, Alan, do you want to promote your channel to everybody who's watching at home?
Well, my channel name is in the corner there. That's awkward doing it backwards. Yeah, come on over. I talk about films, pick up a bit of history, coffee every week, and that's about it. Really. That's all you're going to get.
Oh,
Movies and coffee.
Oh, wonderful channel. One of the first channels I ever watched was yours, and been a subscriber since. Fantastic channel and such a lovely gent. So glad you're back on. And if you haven't subscribed to Alan's channel already, his link is in the description down below, as is Andy's and Mike's and Tim's. But, oh yeah, before I start, Italian McDonald's, way better than our McDonald's.
Yes, yes, they were. The dessert counter alone got cheesecakes, cannolis. Oh, well, I'm glad actually we don't have one of those dessert counters over here because that would be my downfall. All that food.
Yeah.
And beer as well. Beer on tap.
That's unbelievable. You wouldn't have thought that. But very nice store. Right. Let's go on to the comments. Right. First up, we have, well, loads up, Mike from DigiZ that saying, "Hey Pete, Mike, Andy, and guests. Hope you're all doing well and beating those midweek blues. Thanks for joining, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
We're surviving the heat wave. Just. Bring on the cool weather, bring on the rain, I say. Mike also says, I found out they've announced a Terminator anime series. It surely can't be worse than the movies after T2. What's your thoughts, expectations for the anime series? Do you want to go first, Andy?
Sure. I mean, I don't really have a clue. This is the first I'm hearing of it, to be honest. But like Mike's saying, it surely can't be as bad as what we got after T2.
Yeah, I agree there. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as Andy. This is the first time I've heard of it, but I mean, it would be nice to maybe see like a different country tackling it instead of like typical Hollywood. And anime can be very creative sometimes, and I can imagine they could do some really creative stuff with it. So, yeah, it might be interesting.
Awesome. And Alan?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Natural progression, really. It's like the TV show, and if you watch the TV show, there's Terminators all over the world. You know, they got one driving, and you could have sub one point in the TV show. So anime, I love anime anyway. So that's a really good idea. I'd be down for that, definitely.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think it's a good evolution for the franchise. They can only take it so far with the films, and they've been very mixed, to say the least, after Terminator 2. I think an anime could work really well. Let the Japanese do it. I think they do a really good job. Right. We have Matt here from Vengeance Media saying, awesome panel of guests tonight. Looking forward to this one. Thanks for joining, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Edward says, evening everyone, how's everyone doing? You're all well. What's your favourite Olivia Newton-John film? Ooh.
Grease.
Yeah,
It has
Grease.
to be.
Iconic role, isn't it, Sandy? I was like innocent Sandy over the party Sandy.
Yeah. I also like, is it Xanadu? I didn't mind that one. I can't think of what else she's been in, though. What other films has she been in? Not many, I don't think.
Apparently she was in Sharknado 5.
Wow.
Apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't know that.
What's your favourite Olivia Newton-John film, Mike?
Probably Grease. I don't think I've actually seen that many films with her in. So yeah, probably just have to say Grease.
Yeah, I think that is her best film. So iconic. Right, next up we have Jules here saying, good evening, you lot, especially Poldark and one of my favourites, Alan. Hey, Jules, hope you're doing well.
Hi, Jules. All right.
Jules.
Right, we have Popcorn and Horror here, Ash. Evening, gents. Sorry can't stay for a while. Stream live tonight, but we'll catch up later. Hey, no worries, mate. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
All right,
mate. Sorry about this. Right. Vengeance Media, Matt says, haircut looks awesome, Andrew.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
James Townsend's here saying, good evening, guys. I've just purchased the Hostel box set on Blu-ray. Have you seen them? Do you rate them? Regards. I have not seen any of the Hostel films, but I know they do them in like a trilogy box set. I think it's in a red box. Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I've never seen any of the Hostel movies. Yeah.
Mike?
I've only seen the first one, and yeah, I wasn't really a fan of it. It's quite mean spirited. It's quite violent. If you like seeing people getting tortured, then yeah. But other than that, didn't really do it for me.
That's fair enough. And what about you, Alan?
Yeah, again, I've only seen the first one. That's the one where they sliced the back of the ankle, isn't it? In the eye, cut the eye. I can't remember. My wife loves these films. Loves them. The more gory, the better. But she's upstairs now watching, no doubt, one of these sort of films.
Oh, wow.
Bring her down really and get her to rate them. But I've only seen the first one. Not my cup of tea, really.
Yeah. We've got Keith here from Euphoria Pictures. Hey, Keith. Hello to all. Hope all is well. Really look forward to the stream and great to see Alan on.
Thank you.
Hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Surf says, I've joined at the moment. Andy says he's had a fiddle. Aha, hey guys.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh dear. Moving on. We've got Carlos here from Eastwood for Life Fan. Hey Pete, Andy, Mike and Alan. Should be another great live stream. Awesome news that Lion Gates are re-releasing a 30th anniversary 4K restoration of Reservoir Dogs in November. I expect more Tarantino movies. Awesome.
Hi, Carlos.
What do you think of this, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just going to stick to the Blu-rays because I think I've got all of his movies on Blu-ray. But yeah, it'd be nice for his movies to get 4K releases. Yeah, definitely.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know they were releasing this. I might be tempted to get it. Yeah, because I do really like that movie. So yeah, sounds good.
And Alan, what do you think?
Well, I don't collect 4K movies, but any physical release gets a thumbs up from me. As long as they can keep physical release going, happy with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great to see it again, a 4K release. I know a lot of people have been wanting this one for a little while. Again, it's another Tarantino film that I haven't seen, but that's good. Hopefully more
No,
to
I
come.
thought that at the in the cinema. I was quite shocked when you see it for the first time with the year scene. I don't know if you've seen the year scene, Pete, or know
No,
about
I
the year
haven't.
scene. I won't spoil it then. But yeah, that was quite a shock to see on the big screen. A lot of people were walking out.
Really?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll have to get around to watching it. I mean, it's been 30 years. I should have watched it by now.
It's an iconic scene, and the choice of music for that scene is brilliant.
Awesome. Yeah. Jason, the old millennials here, saying, I watched The Princess on Hulu. It's stupid fun action movie. I think this is on Disney Plus. It's like a 20th Century Fox production made for Disney Plus. Haven't seen it yet, but have you seen it, Andy?
No, I haven't seen it. No, sorry.
No. Alan?
No, I've not heard of that Princess.
No. And Mike, you haven't seen it either.
No.
There's just not enough hours in the day to watch all these films.
I noticed with like Disney Plus and like Amazon now, they chuck a load of things on at the same day, and you get lost of what to watch and what to catch up on. No sooner one TV show is finished, another two starts.
Yeah. And even also, if you're running a YouTube channel, you've got to watch people's videos. You've got to update your own videos and answer comments and watch films for the next video. It's just a never-ending cycle. You can't catch up.
It is. It's unbelievable. Matt says, man, I really wanted to enjoy Prey. Just the shoddy CGI took me out of it. Practical effects would have taken the movie itself to another level. I do agree with you. The CGI was definitely ropey. On the bear, it was. They looked something out of a bit of a game, but it's fair enough.
If they were going to do that with an actual bear, I mean, would you want to do that scene with a bear ripping, trying to get to the girl?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, really, that the CGI doesn't quite stand up but I don't know any other route they could do with that. I mean, they could
Do
get
you
a
think-
train there for some bits of it, but I mean, and some of it did look real, but yeah,
It probably
it's the thing
because it
with
was
CGI
made a bit on a
animals.
budget. Do you think?
I
Maybe.
don't know. It's Disney, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know how much
Mm.
they plowed into that. But it was like they go down CGI route quite a lot. Disney. They did that Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford, and the
with the
dog was
dog,
CGI, and that was awful. What a stupid choice that was to have a CGI dog throughout the whole film, and it looked so fake.
Wasn't it an actor actually motion capturing the dog?
I believe it was, yeah. But then you watch Pogo with William Dafoe, and they use real dogs for that, and it's brilliant. It makes all the difference.
Yeah, there was actually a real dog in Prey, and he was brilliant in it. But
Yeah.
he was great.
Yeah,
Probably
thank
my
God they used
favourite
the real dog
character
for
in it.
that.
Yeah. What do you think of it, Andy?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I just thought it was all right. It didn't blow my socks off or anything like that. I just thought it was bog standard, fun movie for what it was.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were ready to write it off as because it was going straight to streaming, and because it turned out to be quite fun, a lot of people are pleasantly surprised by it, and it's good to see.
Yeah.
And what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, the same really. I enjoyed it. I wasn't blown away by it, but I enjoyed it.
That's good. Mike says, in the last few weeks, you lads have talked about James Bond constant releases. I'm noticing they're doing the same with Godfather. If I bought it, I'd get the edition Mike brought, solid pickup. Aren't they doing steelbooks now for each and every film? Even though they've just released a 4K and a 4K box set. Wow.
Yeah. They do look quite nice, the steelbooks, the artwork on them. But
are you tempted?
No, I'll stick with that box set. That's fine for me.
No. It would have been nice if they were all included in that box set, but no, they've got to do it separately to tempt you again, shall I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I'm probably going to just stick to that set as well, to be honest.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm a bit picky on steelbooks, to be honest. Yeah.
And I know you don't collect 4K, Alan, but what do you think of that?
What, steelbooks? I don't actually collect steelbooks. However, I've been given, probably over the last few months, I've been given like a dozen steelbooks from different people. So I do have a few steelbooks. But it's occurred to me I don't actually own the Godfather film on Blu-ray. So that's something I'm going to have to rectify. And I haven't seen, I think since they first came out, the first two in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
So and I was I was a young lad then, so probably point of view of that is going to change a lot. I remember them being just so long and boring, but I was only like 10 when they came out, so I need to rewatch them for sure.
Yeah, sounds good. Jason said, I found Prey to be slow, moving, and boring personally, but most people seem to like it, so I'm in the minority. That's fair enough, mate. We don't all like the
you're
same
entitled to an
thing.
opinion.
Yeah. We've got Surf saying, what is the worst example of CGI in a film you've watched? The Rock in The Mummy Returns.
That's what I was going to say.
There was a film. There was a film with Guy Pearce. That's what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. And he was riding this motorbike, and it's supposed to be set in the future, but this motorbike was so fake. It's like a PlayStation graphic. I can't remember what the film was called. Lost something. I can't remember. His name was No in it, something like that. But it was the whole film had really good CGI apart from that one scene. And that was probably the worst that I've ever seen. I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up. See what it was.
What about you, Andy?
I hate to say this because it's actually a film I really, really enjoy and one we were just talking about before, but some of the CGI in the first Harry Potter just doesn't hold up at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the back of the head, yeah.
Yeah, the for me in particular, the whole cave troll sequence just it doesn't hold up in the slightest.
I also think Attack of the Clones, Star Wars, is another one. CGI there has dated horrendously. What about you, Mike?
I think I mentioned this one maybe a few streams ago, but Dario Argento's Dracula movie that has got some really horrendous CGI in it. It looks like PlayStation 2 graphics. And I seem to remember, but it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I seem to remember I Am Legend having some pretty shoddy CGI work in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
The film I was thinking of was called Lockout. And his character is Marion Snow. And it's the boat scene at the start.
Is that Lockout? Is that the one where they say it's like Die Hard in space?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that one in Poundland. We've got Lisa and Michelle here from the Retro Girls saying, hey guys. Hey.
Yeah.
We've got James Townsend saying, great stream as always, Pete. Love the live streams. Thanks ever so much, James. I really do appreciate it. We all do. Comments have gone all weird, so I've just got to wait for it to reload. Dr. Impossible's here, and he says, I don't think you're in the minority. I'll be honest on here and say I was never a fan of the Hopkins Predator 2, but Prey was bland, the CGI was shocking, and the main character was totally bland. Hello. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. I can understand that. I can see where you're coming from. But I just think the main thing is that a lot of people had no expectations for it, and it surpassed what a lot of people were expecting. That's the main thing. If this was if this come out instead of Predator 2, then yeah, a lot of people would have been disappointed. Matt says, I had a pizza in the American McDonald's. Was mad. What? Pizza in McDonald's?
Yeah, we really get shafted in this country on all levels. Film releases, McDonald's, although I do like their coffee.
Oh, our McDonald's are a bit vanilla and plain, then. I've got to go into McDonald's tomorrow, so can I have a pizza? They'll say go to Domino's. Oh, man. I can remember they did a pizza burger, and it was like an Italian week, and they had like a burger with like cheese top roll with bits of pepperoni in, and that was nice. But most of their pizzas, I wish they did, most of their burgers seem very generic, shall I say, compared to what other countries get. I did remember checking Japan's McDonald's, and they have some wacky stuff, shall I say.
Wow.
Lisa Michelle says, so sad. Sad news about Olivia Newton-John. Totally, yeah. News come out of the blue. Very sad to hear.
Yeah.
And also
took me
today,
by surprise that.
Yeah, it did. John Travolta did a lovely tribute to her. I see on, I think it was Twitter. I read that the other day. Also, Raymond Biggs, is it, or Briggs, who done The Snowman, passed away today. Again, that was sad news to hear.
Yeah,
dropping like flies, aren't they?
We got Coral here. Good evening, all. Hope you're all fine. Hey, Coral. Hope you're well. Vengeance Media said, did anyone see the Titans Occult The Thing announcement? Looks beautiful. Yeah, I did see it. No sort of set, I must admit. I don't collect the series, but it's nice to see they're continuing them, because there was a time when they were saying that they might stop them. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, no, glad they're carrying on with them. Some of them are really quite nice. The ones I've seen, particularly the Watchmen. I actually really liked the way that one looks. I only own one, which is the Clockwork Orange one. But yeah, some of them are really, really nice looking.
And what about you, Mike?
I've not seen the announcement for it. I don't actually own any Titans of Cult releases, but I think I'm probably done buying The Thing. I think I've bought that movie so many times on physical, like DVD, Blu-ray. I think the Arrow box set, the 4K box set, and I think I'm just done with it now.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It seems like they're releasing it every 5 minutes. I mean, it wasn't too long ago we had the Arrow release, then we had the Studio Canal release, And then after this, we'll probably get an Arrow 4K edition in the next year or two.
Oh God, don't say that.
Well, that might give Arrow some ideas.
Yeah.
What about you, Alan? What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's good because you've got people that have been collecting the type of cult series, and I think The Thing is a great choice to have on there. Actually, I watched The Thing for the first time, I think either last year or the year before. I did like a video of films that are in your collection that you should have seen by now, but you just haven't got around to it. And I was really taken back by The Thing. It was a really good movie. But yeah, I think any physical release I'll support. Not necessarily buy, but yeah, you get my my backing, because the more that's out there, the more it's going to keep being produced.
Yep, definitely so. It's amazing to think that when The Thing came out, it was a flop, and now it's having more releases than most modern films, to be fair. Right, next up is, I pressed it, but it's taking a little while. Mike from Did You See That saying, I'm starting to become even more of a fan of getting the 4K collector's editions they're releasing. Anyone else relate with the pain with how much these can cost?
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, they're really nice box sets, but it's just the price of them. Like, I'm really tempted by that Lost Boys one and also Poltergeist one, and they both come out on the same day, and it's just they're both like 40 quid each, aren't they? So that's like £80 for 2 movies, and I want them, but I don't know. It's just a lot of money.
It is a hard sell, especially when they come out the same day. Maybe if they launched a couple of weeks later apart, just day one is a bit of a much.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy, as you've recently upgraded to 4K?
Yeah, for me, it's you can shop around, because I've seen some places have stuff at different prices. Like this week, I picked up 4K box set of Donnie Darko.
Ooh.
And that was £45 on Amazon, and I got it for 25 off HMV.
Very good.
So it pays to shop round, I think, sometimes.
That's good.
But, yeah, they are really nice, some of the editions you get. Got the Wild Things one as well. And yeah, they are
nice,
really nice.
Yeah, I watched Keith's unboxing of the Singing in the Rain box set, and that's lovely. That is. It seems to work out if you order from Amazon Italy or Germany, you get it a little bit cheaper as well.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. What about you, Alan? What do you think of these big box sets?
Thankfully, it doesn't really apply to me, because I haven't gone 4K. I went VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and that's me stopped now. And OCD as well. If I have one format, I can't find another format in there as well. So it's going to save me a lot of money, not going down the 4K route. I've got to say that.
That's true.
Doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah. Again, I only get Blu-ray, so I have got a few 4Ks because I found them cheap. But again, 4K prices are very expensive. If I eventually do go down that route, it's going to be a hard ask to put down a lot of money for these sets. I know they released these Doctor Who ones. These were 50 quid each. So that's 100 quid there. And that's a lot of money for 2 films. Granted, they're nice sets, but at the end of the day, you're going to look at them once. It's more the film you're going to be paying attention to. So it's just extra fluff, shall I say.
Yeah.
Edward says, anyone picked up Sonic 2 on Blu-ray? I picked up mine the other day. What about you, Andy? Oh, he's got a...
Yeah. The bloody sticker on the front, though. I don't think this is going to come across on the camera, but it had a sticker on, and I peeled it off, and it's taken the gloss off the steelbook where the sticker was.
That.
So now there's just a big square on the...
Is that the one saying about the animated short or something?
Yeah. So be careful of that if you're buying it and you want the sticker off.
Oh, I kept my sticker on because I thought, that's going to take that sheen off it.
Yeah, and it did. Yeah.
Oh dear. You got it, Mike?
Not yet. No, I'll probably wait until it pops up in CEX or something. I'm not really in a rush to pick it up.
I know you didn't pick up in your latest Blu-ray hunt, Alan, because you didn't watch the first one yet.
No, I've not watched the first one yet, and it's starting to annoy me actually that when I go into H&B, a film I paid £15 for the week before, the next week or the week after, it's in the 2 for 25. I think it should be the other way around. You should be rewarded if you go in there first. You get it for a slightly cheaper price, and then you go back a bit later, it goes up. So I'm going to wait until it goes down.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That is the thing with H&B. I bought Uncharted the week of release, actually on the Sunday, and then the next day it was in the 2 for 25, and I was like, I probably should have waited.
Yeah, should have taken it back, got store credit.
That's a good idea. I'll keep that in mind. Vengeance, Matt says, picked up the 4K Edward, beautiful art on the slip. Yeah, H&B's got a limited edition one, haven't they? And you get like a comic book inside, which is cool. Jill says, hopefully meeting Alan next year with my mate Dudley. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Yep, absolutely.
Matt says, hey Jules, so nice to see you back on the streams. Absolutely, it's great to see you back here, Jules. You've been missed. And he says, great to see you back on your feet. Jill says, thank you very much, Matt. I hope it is Matt. If not, Matt, I apologise. And yeah, he says it is Matt. Edward says, what's your thoughts on Adventures in Babysitting? I have not seen it. Andy?
Yeah, I really like it. It's one of Christopher Columbus's lesser known movies, but yeah, I get a good kick out of it. It's good 80s. Well, I think it's late 80s or early 90s, but it's a good fun movie. It's got one of the kids in it was the kid who accused Kevin Spacey of sexual harassment.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of the actors in it, but yeah, it's also got Elizabeth Shue in it, and yeah, it's just one of those fun movies from your childhood.
Sounds good. Is the poster art for it like a woman climbing up a brick wall or something?
Yeah, like the side of a building. Yeah.
That's about it. You see that, Mike? Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only echo what Andy said about it. It's a lot of fun, but I haven't seen it in a very long time, so that's one I'll have to give it a rewatch.
Oh, sounds good. I think it might be on Disney Plus. I'm pretty certain I've seen it.
Yeah, might be. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a Fox film. So it could be.
Have you seen it, Alan?
I have seen it, but I haven't seen it since it came out in '87. So, to be fair, I'll be honest, I haven't a clue about the storyline. I've completely forgotten about it. I do have it though in my collection, so it's one I'll have to revisit for sure. But I can't remember anything about it other than Elizabeth Shue's in it.
Well, sounds good. I'm going to have to watch it soon. It does look like a lot of fun. Lisa Michelle says, I think they should have made Prey into a TV series.
It probably will.
Yeah, it probably will end up going that way. I can see where you're coming from, but I think as a film it wasn't too bad, but they could evolve the Predator universe in a TV series somehow. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, completely agree. Kind of similar to Terminator. I think the sequels after the first one haven't really worked for me. So maybe the TV show is the right way to go.
Mike?
Yeah, it could be a good way to go. Yeah, I think the movies. I think they've kind of done all they can with the movies, possibly. So yeah, maybe a TV show is the right way to go.
Yeah, or an anime like Terminator.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, sort of down the same route as that Terminator, down the anime side of it. I think give it the Japanese. They'll do something really good with it.
Oh, it'd definitely be bloody and gory if it was given to the Japanese. Some of the anime can be absolutely brutal.
Take it to take the Predator to another country.
Yeah, that'd be quite fun. The Predator going up against some samurais. Sounds good.
Up against Scottish. The kilts, lift the kilts up.
Carlos says, as Alan was referring to the ear curtain scene in Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino was paying homage to the original Django movie from the 60s. Sounds good.
I know Tarantino was very heavily influenced by these films, by Django. But, well, he made his own version of it. But yeah, he sort of cuts and borrows from a lot of other directors' ideas and sort of puts his own take on it. Very good director.
Yeah, I've heard that. He does like take a lot of inspiration from a lot of other directors because he likes cinema so much. That's cool. James Townsend said, I've just purchased Singing in the Rain Ultimate Collector's Edition on 4K Blu-ray on Amazon. Looks awesome. Are you guys a fan of the movie? I haven't seen it in years, but it is a classic. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, but yeah, I'll watch it if it's on TV. It's probably not one I'd have in the collection, though. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, it's a movie I remember really liking, but it's been a number of years since I've seen it. I was more of a fan of An American in Paris, but yeah, I do like those movies. It's golden age cinema, and it's
I agree. Mike?
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a good movie. I like the music. I think the dance sequences in it are really, really good. I think a lot of the actors and the performers, like they went through a lot making that movie. I think there's a lot of injuries and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really like the movie.
That's good. And Alan?
Oh, it's a brilliant movie. I love musicals anyway. Debbie Reynolds, Gene Kelly, just fantastic combo. And it deals with the don't know if you've seen it, Pete, sort of the age of going into talking pictures as well. So that's a nice element. A bit like the new Downton Abbey film that deals with the same subject. Yeah, I love it. It's a brilliant film.
Oh, that's good. It's definitely a film I need to rewatch. It's always on TV, so I'm going to have to record it and catch it. Dr. Impossible says, I think I was more shocked at Pulp Fiction's for violence levels. Reservoir Dogs does deserve a decent release. Yeah. Matt says that that Nobody Steelbook is coming out next month. It's beautiful. Is this the yellow Steelbook that they released a few months ago, or is this a new one?
I think it's a new one.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't a fan of the yellow one, so yeah, cool. Are you seeing the new Steelbook, Andy?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Ah,
from what I remember, yeah.
Awesome. Mike?
No, I've not seen it. Don't know much about it.
No. And Alan?
I've not seen the Steelbook, but I love the film. Bob Odenkirk, The Everyman, that bus fight scene was so well done. If you look at the extras on the Blu-ray, the choreography of the fight scene was so meticulous, so complex, and I thought he pulled it off really good. I think he came across really good as the everyman, sort of standing up for himself. I know he's well trained in the film, but loved it. It's like I think it's one of the producers or the writers of John Wick. So it's very similar in style and very similar in story as well. But I don't know, Bob Odenkirk, I think, makes the film. Just his personality. Have you ever seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul, yeah.
Yeah, what a character he is.
Hopefully we'll get a sequel, because that really needs one. That's just so much fun. And Christopher Lloyd in that film, oh my.
But he had a heart attack, didn't he, during that film, I think, I heard.
Did he? Oh.
So, yeah, I don't know if he's up for another action film like that. I'm not sure.
Jill says, Jamie Powell, quick, there's a film Alan doesn't own. Never thought that would happen. Love Andy's haircut, plus how's my pole dart going? Not doing too badly, thanks, Jules. I'm just really hot with this heat. Be glad when it rains, because I'll be singing in it. Gary says, hey all. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Dr. Impossible says Patty Jenkins' film's Monster is being released by Second Sight, and plush box set. Controversial film about a complex character, Aileen Wuornos. I always amazed by that performance by Charlize Theron. Oh, which one's that one now? Monster. I've heard of it. I'm thinking of the one with Nicole Kidman for some reason, but I think that.
It's the one about Eileen Warnos, who I think she murdered 8 men in Florida, and she was executed. I think about 2000, 2002, something like that. It's got some of the best acting in it you'll ever see. Charlene Theron is just on point in that movie. She's great. Fully deserved the Oscar. She's phenomenal in that film. It's one of those performances where the actor disappears and you just don't see them. You just see the character.
I know which film you're talking about now. I've just seen some pictures up. Yeah, I know which film. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. That's cool. Second Sight's releasing it. They always do a good release.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Mike?
Yeah, it's a good film, and yeah, Charlize Theron, she's the best thing about it. Like, she's just completely unrecognizable in that movie. And yeah, it's a good film. I might be very tempted to get that Second Sight release because it does look quite nice.
That'd be good. What about you, Alan? Have you seen the film?
I have, yes. I'm just thinking if it's one of those sort of collector's boxes, which it sounds like there, I'll probably wait until it, because it's not a film you're going to watch over and over.
No.
I would probably wait a bit to have it's just a single release, because you're paying 25, 30 quid for a box, really, and I don't know if it's worth the extra cost for that. I'd probably just wait for a standard release, but it is a very good film, should be seen, and as you said, she is that character in that film.
That's good. I'll have to keep an eye out for that when that release. We've got the viewer Drew here saying, "Hey, what's up?" Hey, Drew. Got Marvel fan saying, "Hey, guys." Hey, mate.
Hey, Marvel fan.
Jason, the old millennial, says, "My first thought was the first Harry Potter movie. The flying scenes looked terrible. Also, in The Day After Tomorrow, there was some bad CGI wolves." Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Day After Tomorrow.
See, it's animals again, CGI animals.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to get like the fur right and all that with these animals. It's probably the main thing. Rogue Reviews is here saying only certain branches of American McDonald's do pizza. Wow, I thought all of them would. Huh?
I've been to a few McDonald's in America, and they've never had pizza on the menu either. Fortunately, I do like a pizza.
If I ever go abroad to America, I'll be going to a travel agent saying which McDonald's close to you do pizzas, and that'll be the selling point. Oh, I'll go there because they do pizzas. Marvel fan says the actor who voiced Pingu died recently. Oh. Sad. Carlos says, guys, who would you recast in the role of Vito Corleone, The Godfather, Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction, and Forrest Gump instead of Brando, Travolta, and Hanks? Who are you going to say, Andy?
Okay, so if I had to recast Vito Corleone, maybe Orson Welles. If I had to recast Vincent Vega, I'd probably say, is it Michael Madsen, who was going to play that role anyway before Travolta. And Forrest Gump. I don't know, maybe Sean Penn.
Good picks. Very good picks. Mike?
Yeah, I think the first two, I was going to say the same as Andy, because I think maybe those two actors were possibly linked with. Well, I know Michael Madsen was for Vincent Vega. Not sure about Orson Welles, but I could imagine him in The Godfather. Forrest Gump. I'd probably just have to say someone like maybe John Travolta. I could probably picture him as Forrest Gump.
Yeah, great picks. And what about you, Alan?
For The Godfather, I'd go Vincent D'Onofrio, him. He was he's quite a big player. He was in, I think he was in Suicide Squad. Wow, I think. Who else have I put there? Mads Mikkelsen, probably for Vincent. Bit of a stretch though. And Forrest Gump. I don't know if you could replace Hank. I don't know. That's quite a big role to fill because he covers quite an age gap as well. I don't know. I don't know. Tom Hanks. Who could you get to replace Tom Hanks? Someone's CGI'd, I think.
Oh.
I'll have a think about that.
Oh, instead of Brando and Travolta, that is hard. But for Tom Hanks, just the randomest thing come into my head. Willem Dafoe for some reason. That'd be an interesting watch, I suppose. But there you go. We've got James Townsend here saying I watched Alan Scouse's channel earlier and he was reviewing season 2 of Rod Serling's Night Gallery. Have you guys seen it and would you recommend it? I see Alan put a review up, but I haven't watched it yet and I don't really know of the show. Have you heard of it, Alan?
No, never heard of it.
No.
Got no idea. I don't know if it's a horror, a comedy, or anything. Couldn't help you.
Mike?
Yeah, I've seen the first season. It's kind of like a horror anthology show by Rod Serling, who did The Twilight Zone. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I'm a big fan of The Twilight Zone, and I was hoping it was going to be the same, but it wasn't. It was quite poor, I've got to admit. The first episode is a really good like haunted house story with Roddy McDowall. That was the only episode I enjoyed, but the rest I didn't really enjoy it.
Right. What year did this show come out? Quite a few years ago.
It was early 70s.
Oh, right. I didn't know whether it was a recent thing or something. And what about you, Andy? Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen it, but I am, again, a massive fan of the Twilight Zone. That's probably where I know Rod Serling from. But yeah, never seen Night Gallery.
No. Right. Next up, we have David Beach. Good evening, guys. It's nice to see Kermit Ghost on live stream. Kermit Ghost, do you update in your Blu-ray room?
Oh, what the store you mean? Well, I've started building another bookcase, another aisle coming out, and I've got to go and get some wood for that. And the prices of wood, like everything else, has doubled. It used to be £25 a pack, and just over 50 quid a pack. It takes about 4 packs to do one bookcase, and then you've got to put all the edges and the trim on. So once I finish that bookcase, I'll do a scoot shape. Done.
Awesome. And we're now joined by a very special guest. And it is Tim from Tim Talks Talkies. Here he is. Hey, Tim.
Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm a little late. I had to pretty much bust ass today at work.
Thanks for joining, Tim. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. What are some of the last films you've been watching over the past week?
This week, actually, I've been watching a ton of Buffy. That has been the main thing I've been watching. Because I'm going to be doing a live stream at the end of the month with some people. And yeah, I've watched like the entire season 4 over the course of the past week. So that's been the main thing. I watched Roman Holiday lately. I don't know. I just kind of walk through my shelves and like, this speaks to me right now and just pick something out.
Yeah, sounds like a good way to be. I haven't seen Buffy in absolute ages, but I always remembered liking the spin-off Angel a little bit more.
I like them, but they're both so different in tone. Buffy was what I watched first, so I have more connection to that, but I love them both. Those shows mean a lot to me.
They're great shows. I agree. And as it's your first time on the stream, Tim, do you want to promote your channel to everybody watching at home?
Oh, God, this is the worst. I am so bad at this. Seriously, whenever I'm on streams, I am awful at this. But my name is Tim from Tim Talks Talkies, and my channel is all just, I love movies. So I buy and show movies that I got. I also collect posters, like movie posters. So I show those. I collect statues and collectibles. So I show that type of stuff. I'm just a big movie nerd, basically. So it's whatever suits me at the time.
Brilliant. You got a fantastic channel, Tim. And if you guys haven't subscribed to him, his link is in the description down below. So go and give him a sub.
Thank you.
Right. Let's move on with the comments. I've kind of lost where I am now. Right. Comments now loading up. Carlos says Rod Sterling's Night Gallery is a series he's done after the classic original Twilight Zone series. Have you seen that, Tim?
Yes. Yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different tone than Twilight Zone. But I dig it quite a bit. Kino Lorber put out fantastic releases for them.
Awesome. I know over in America, Kino Lorber released some absolutely amazing stuff on 4K.
Yeah, they're really good. But I'm jealous of you guys with Second Sight, though. So.
David says everybody needs to subscribe to your channel. And he says you all have amazing channels. Thanks ever so much, mate. We've got Sean here from Media Collector Madness saying, evening, guys. Hope you're all well and good. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Sure.
David continues to say, you all have amazing channels on YouTube. Keep up the work, guys. Thanks so much, mate. Bradley says, hi, guys. How are you all doing? Which movie made you cry like a giant girl's blouse?
Lot.
Pardon?
Lot.
Quite a few.
Field of Dreams.
Oh.
Every time, Field of Dreams.
Kevin Costner, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brilliant film.
Oh, awesome. Mike?
It's been a while since a movie has made me cry, but I do remember the first time I watched Green Mile. I did think that was pretty sad, like the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I do agree there. Andy?
Yeah, it was Marley and Me. That was the one that got me. Like, because I watched that movie not being a dog owner and then being a dog owner, and the second time I watched it, oh my word, yeah, it got me. I've
got a dog called Marley as well, so and he's getting old, so I don't want to go down that route.
But I actually was, because I was rewatching Harry Potter as well. The end of Hallows Part 1 that gets me.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah, I do agree there.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
Well, I do want to speak to the dog thing that I either recommend or don't, depending what way you want to take it. But Hachi is hard.
Oh God, yeah.
Hachi. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
But one that also always gets me, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah,
I was thinking of that one. Yeah,
it's brutally sad.
Yeah. Oh, remember they showed us that at school. Oh, me. Oh, Marley and Me. That's definitely one of them. Even though I was absolutely terrified of it as a kid, E.T. made me cry for some reason. I have to admit, I did cry at the end of the Elvis film. That kind of got me a bit. And anything where a dog dies, I'm out. That's just that gets me. And most of the Pixar films up, especially the first 10 minutes of Up.
Up. Ooh.
Yeah. We got Tim here. He says, "What's up, guys? Just have to be home." And you're here.
Yeah. I made it.
And you probably sent that about an hour ago.
No, it was about 25 minutes ago or something like that. It was like I said, I busted butt.
Well, thanks ever so much for joining tonight. I know we were a bit worried with the times, weren't we?
Yeah.
At least it's all worked out. Dr. Impossible says, push the button on the fog in the US with the 4K release from Blu-ray on Shout Factory. Glad I held off. The cartoonish artwork on the UK release put me off, but the US version has great poster art. Tim, do you know which copy is this one?
Yeah, the fog in the US actually uses the original theatrical artwork, which I love. Shout's been doing that now. Shout and Scream. So that's great. I actually do like what you guys have in the UK, though, too, because I'm a big fan of, like I said, posters. I collect like Mondo screen prints and all that stuff. and a huge artist over there is Matt Ferguson. He has a company called Vice Press, but he did the artwork for Fog, Escape from New York. What are the other two on 4K? You had 4 Carpenter films on 4K. He did all the artwork for those.
Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. Yes, Prince of Darkness. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. So Matt
They
Ferguson.
And They Live.
Yeah, They Live. That's the other one. Yep. But yeah, Matt Ferguson did all those artwork, and I'm personally a big fan of that guy. I have a whole ton of screen prints of his, so I like them both. You can never go wrong with the original artwork, though.
No.
Yeah, he definitely wrote there. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, no, I've not seen these ones of the Fog, the US ones. But yeah, like Tim was saying, I do have that 4K with that artwork on it, and it looks fantastic.
I still need to see The Fog. It's one of the few Carpenter ones I haven't seen.
It's a very good film. You've got to watch that. Fog.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I will do. I definitely will do. I have to keep an eye out for it. When I come onto these streams and people say, "Have you seen this film?" and I say no, and they're like, "What?" We get that a lot. So, what about you, Mike? You enjoy The Fog?
Yeah, it's a great film. Yeah, I've got those 4 that Tim was talking about. Those 4K releases. Yeah. I'd like to get more stuff from Shout Factory, but they're just too expensive to like import over here. That's the only problem. But I do like the look of the Shout Factory one.
Yeah, they do look nice. A lot of the Shout Factory stuff do. I see like notifications on Facebook and Instagram. It's like, oh, shame that isn't over here. And Alan, your thoughts on The Fog? I know you said you really enjoyed that one.
I like The Fog, and oddly enough, I'm probably in the minority, but I like the remake of The Fog as well. Go easy on me. But yeah, I don't know why they don't just go with the original artwork on these releases all the time. I don't know if it's a copyright issue or something like that, but they seem to think, oh, we can do better and we just do a hash job of it. They should just stick to the original poster art.
Yeah, or do what Arrow do and do reversible artwork.
I was just going to say that's the best way to please everyone. You give the original artwork and your newly commissioned artwork, everybody's happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy says, hello, has any of you watched season 3 of The Boys yet? For me, easily the best season.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first few episodes of series 1, but I've heard season 3 gets very interesting, especially in the first few episodes.
The first episode. God. Yeah. That is something. I don't know if you've all seen when the guy that shrinks down and goes inside the plate stick.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen it, but I've heard of it.
That was just so funny. And Seth Rogen, because I think he's an executive producer on the show.
Yeah.
He pops up as like a voyeur of a website on it. It just the whole series just continues to surprise every episode.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know Seth Rogen was in it until I watched your Blu-ray collection video of his.
Yeah.
Tim, you've seen The Boys?
I've seen full first season and like part of second season, and it's not even like I stopped because I didn't like. It's just sometimes I kind of wane off on shows for some inexplicable reason. But I did like it quite a bit, and it was really funny seeing on Twitter over in the United States here how much people lost their crap when you find out really that how much of a villain Homelander is, because for some reason people here were liking Homelander. You're not supposed to like him. He is a villain. But he had some good parallels with our political system right now over here, which is something.
Andy, have you seen The Boys?
I have not seen an episode, single episode of it, but I'm hearing great things about it. It's the same with Cobra Kai. I've heard wonderful things about it, but I haven't seen a single episode.
Yeah, same with me.
Have you seen Peacemaker?
No.
You seen Peacemaker? No. Oh, so if you like that, you're going to like The Boys as well, I think.
Okay.
I know Peacemaker's opening is very fun. I've seen that a few times, and it just makes me want to watch it. Have you seen The Boys, Mike?
No, same as Andy. I've not seen a single episode.
next up is Radley. And now it's time to abuse Radley and mock him mercilessly. I just watched Slenderman and really liked it. Everyone else seems to hate it. Should I get new eyes and ears or see a shrink or something? Well, if you enjoyed the film, mate, good for you. Everybody has different opinions, and it's good for you. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Slenderman, but if you like a bad movie, go on liking it, and if you hate a good movie, go on hating it.
Yeah, we're all different. We all like and dislike different things, so
Exactly.
no worries. Yeah. I think that's the Chloe Grace Moretz one, isn't it? The Slenderman film.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if she's in that.
Have you seen that, Tim? Slenderman?
No, I don't. If I'm remembering right, I don't think there's anybody really that notable in it. But the whole creepypasta it's based on it's super interesting, and a young girl actually did kill her friend because Slender Man told her to. So that actually really like influenced someone.
Wow, that's shocking. You seen it, Mike?
No, I've not seen it. I've heard it's pretty bad, but if Radley likes it, then that's absolutely fine.
Absolutely. And Alan, have you seen Slenderman?
No, I've not seen it. Chloe Grace Moretz isn't in it. My wife has seen it, and she's a big horror fan, like I told you earlier, and she thought it was absolute drivel. But she liked really sort of gory horror, and I just don't think it was for her. But I did follow the case that was in America with the girls that were claiming Slenderman told them to kill their friend, which is probably more horrific than the film itself, actually. But yeah, no, I've not seen it.
Yeah, but yeah, good for you, Bradley, if you enjoyed it. Nothing wrong about that.
Yeah,
Bumpers is here, saying evening all. Anyone aware of this new vampire cowboy movie that's out next week with Snoop Dogg and Jamie Foxx? Looks kind of good.
No.
I've heard of that.
No.
It
sounds like a fever dream. Sounds like somebody was a bit drunk and thought, hey, let's do a vampire movie with Snoop Dogg and Jamie Foxx. Fair enough. But I've seen the trailer for it. It looks okay, I suppose, but I'm not going to rush out to see it on Netflix. You seen the trailer, Tim?
No, I hear Vampire Cowboy, and that makes me think of From Dusk Till Dawn, but no, I don't even know what this is.
You heard of it, Andy? Mike?
No.
No? And what about you, Alan?
No, I was just actually trying to look it up, see what it is. Is it Day Shift? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, that's the one Day Shift.
Day Shift, yeah. No, didn't know anything about it. But interesting concept. Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg. Dave Franco's in it as well, apparently.
Oh, cool.
I'll give it a watch.
I like it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it could be all right.
Only way to see if you like it is to watch it.
That's very true. I hope we get a little bit of Snoop Dogg ordering a Justy, because over here in the UK, that's all he promotes. David says, Cabot Ghost, do you own all her movies? Olivia Newton-John. Grease, she was an amazing actor. It was very sad she passed.
No, I don't own all of the movies. I only own two that I'm aware of, Xanadu and Grease. So she won't be appearing in one of my collection videos. That would be quite a small one. See what films she's done.
The viewer Drew says, between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, which one do you like more? Do you want to go first, Tim?
Sure. I definitely Force Awakens. I actually don't. I know people hated that because it just retreads the same stuff. I loved it in theaters. I went and saw it like 3 times. It was just a big nostalgia kick, and I loved it. And then Last Jedi exists, but I love Force Awakens.
Oh wow, I do agree with you there. I'm not a big fan of The Last Jedi, and many of these streams we've got on long tangents about that film. Oh yeah, Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for me it's Force Awakens. But watching Force Awakens was like winning the lottery, and then Last Jedi was like being held up at gunpoint and having it all stolen from you. That's what it felt like.
A better one is probably putting the lottery ticket in the washing machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Force Awakens, like, it rekindled my love for Star Wars. That movie, even though people obviously have problems with it being a retread and all that, but it gave me those Star Wars feels again.
Yeah.
And then Last Jedi took them all away. Yeah, for me.
Mike?
Yeah, Force Awakens, definitely. But to be honest, I think I would rather just forget that whole sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Force Awakens is definitely the better of the two.
And Alan?
Yeah, the same again, Force Awakens. But I can't actually remember a lot about The Last Jedi, which is probably a good thing. But I don't mind, as a franchise, the whole sort of way they were trying to take it. They just didn't execute it very well.
Yeah, they didn't have a very good plan at all. They just wanted to get a Star
No.
Wars film out every other year.
That's
And
it. They were just, and they still are. They're just pumping stuff out all the time.
Yeah, I don't think they had
stop to think. No.
You can't hire two directors with two completely different ideas on where to go, and it's fragmented. It makes no damn sense. They needed a Kevin Feige type person to oversee all of the arcs that it was going to take. Instead, it's just, let's wing it. That didn't work.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the only good thing about The Last Jedi was probably the Porgs. For me.
I thought you said Borg then. I can't remember the Borgs in here.
Carlos says Beverly Hills Cop 4 is getting a Netflix release. How do you guys feel about this? Do we need another one? I see an advertisement for this the other day. I thought it was just like a false one, but let's be real.
Are they bringing back any of the real cast, the original cast, or is it all just recast?
I think Eddie Murphy's coming back in it. I'm pretty certain he is. So that's cool. But look how Coming to America went.
Yeah. If they're gonna do it, Eddie Murphy has to be in it. He has to. For me.
Yeah. Mike?
I just have a bad feeling it's going to be like that Coming to America sequel. I just feel like it's going to be exactly the same, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very odd one. Alan?
I don't know if it's needed. I really don't. I don't think the third one was needed, to be honest. I think, again, they've left it too long, and they seem to be doing this over and over and over. They've left too big a gap, and I don't know if they're just trying to get a new audience for it, because I don't think the old audience wants it. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. It has to be very good script, like we've been saying. Coming to America, they just left that too long, and I don't think they did a good job.
No, definitely not. Tim, what do you think?
I'm not excited. I don't think it's needed, but I will say I did not think Top Gun Maverick was needed before seeing it, and that movie absolutely blew me away. So I'll try to keep some reserved expectations, and who knows, maybe it'll surprise me.
Yeah, could do. Very much do. Because I know when these films go straight to streaming, there is always a bit of pessimism about it, like with Prey. So it may turn out to be good, but again, it's been too long. How long has it been? 30 years, if not more, since the last one?
Yeah. But like Tim said, that Top Gun Maverick sort of changed things a little bit, didn't it, really? Because they did an outstanding job with that. The writing, the nostalgia, they recaptured the era, and I don't know. It probably helped that Tom Cruise hasn't aged today.
That's true. I think with the success of Top Gun Maverick, we will see a lot more 80s films and early 90s films coming back, getting a sort of sequel. But what 80s property would you like to see come back? That's a question.
I don't want Police Academy 10 or whatever number they're on now.
Actually, Ferris Bueller. There was talks about it for a while too. It would be kind of cool to see Ferris Bueller, them as adults, and then their kids doing basically the same thing. That would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Wasn't the teacher from Ferris Bueller? Wasn't he locked up? Did he get charged?
Yeah, was
something?
that Jeffrey Jones? Was it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like child pornography or something.
I was thinking of the guy who's in the mask. You know, who has that real monotone voice. You know, he's got glasses, and he's like the psychologist in the Jim Carrey's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of him, not Jeffrey Jones, but yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I'm not too sure. I remember a while ago they said something about like a Goonies sequel with them all being older. I'm not sure how that could work, but I might be a little bit curious to see that. But yeah, I don't know how it would work, but yeah, I'd probably say the Goonies.
Oh,
that's not a bad idea. The Goonies, they could all get roped in with their children or something on an adventure.
Yeah, and it'd be great to see the guy who played Short Round come back, as he only just been Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was a nice surprise seeing him in that.
He was really good in it too.
Yeah, he was. Oh, he's probably my favourite character in it. It was just so fun.
Yeah. I like how he just sounds exactly the same as well.
That's
like
what
his
I
voice.
was thinking. He sounded exactly the same. Andy?
For me, I would love to see more of the world from Beetlejuice.
That's been another one that's been rumoured for years.
Yeah, that's been a sequel to that has been juggled about for so long now.
Yeah. And Alan, did I say you?
Maybe some like Flight of the Navigator, maybe. I don't know, E.T., that sort of stuff. But E.T. Sacred Ground, isn't it?
I think there is actually a spec script for a sequel to the Flight of the Navigator too. I think there's intentions to try to make a sequel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's got the time travel element in it, so they could do that quite easily.
Yeah, that'd be good. For me, I'm trying to think of something. I think Heathers would be quite cool. Like taking it in with the modern age, with all like social media and all that. Be cool to see like Winona Ryder's character come back with probably telling her children, her daughters, about like the situation she went through. I think that'd be quite cool. Edward says, have you guys watched Prey on Disney Plus yet? Yeah, we all talked about it earlier, but Tim, have you seen it?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. When I watched it, I did not watch it with the Comanche subs, and that was my one complaint. And then people kept messaging me, telling me there's a Comanche version, so I got to rewatch with that. But as a movie, I thought it was way better than it had any right to be. I thought second best of the whole franchise.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people have got the unofficial release already of that.
I think it's getting. I thought I read it's getting an actual release, at least here in the United States, and maybe you guys will get one too.
That'd be nice.
Oh,
hope so.
That would be good. Yeah, that'll be day one pickup.
A cattail.
What's your thoughts on The Predator, Tim?
I didn't care for it. Honestly, the last two beforehand, what was it just called Predators and The Predator? No thanks. Predator 2 was solid enough, but it's a franchise that feels like more bad movies than good movies, which is the same thing as Terminator and Alien, and yeah.
Yeah, they just can't seem to recapture the success.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. It's like any film. Once you've seen the monster, that's it. You know, the surprise is over. It's like Jaws. That's why they kept that to a minimum. The sighting of the Jaws. And once you've seen a predator, it's not scary anymore. So when I saw the first one for the first time, that was quite a scary film. You didn't know what it was about. There's no word of mouth going around at the time, and it was a genuinely scary film. But once you've seen it, it loses that impact.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yep.
I can imagine being in the cinema, seeing that when that first came out and that ending. Whoa, I bet the cinema was in shock. We have Jules here saying, I'm off to bed. Night, night, you wonderful lot. Not feeling too well. Take care, everyone. Night, Jules. Hope you feel
Bye,
better
Jules.
soon.
Better.
Radley says, I've just noticed Andy's haircut. The big fringe is gone. Now he can watch movies as well as listen to them, which is good. Oh. Matt says the McDonald's was on the International Drive in Orlando that did pizza. Ooh.
Ah, I've been on that one. That's the biggest McDonald's in the world, isn't it?
Is it? Ooh. Does
It's on,
your
like, 3
McDonald's do pizza, Tim?
I have
I didn't
never
have-
seen one that does pizza. So if they do it, not in Pennsylvania that I've seen.
It seems to be quite rare. Rogue says, I've heard that McDonald's in the Philippines does mixed spaghetti, which is as weird as Italy doesn't. The Philippines is the only country that does this. Rogue says, speaking of
Spaghetti.
McDonald's, have you guys seen The Founder? That's the one with Michael Keaton. That's a pretty good film. I didn't mind that.
Yep.
Great film.
I thought that was a brilliant film. I thought Michael Keaton was phenomenal in that film.
Yeah, he was.
That was my favorite.
But I think if they were trying to put people off McDonald's, it didn't work because we were watching it and ordered in McDonald's whilst we were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
There's 3 movies you can do that with. It's The Founder, Super Size Me, and Mac and Me. You get a McDonald's for all 3 of those movies.
From the sounds of Mac and Me, you're made to buy it because they have the little dance in McDonald's. You said,
Yeah.
Mac and Me is so bad, but it's good. It's good. Nightmare inducing.
You've showed me the picture of them at court, and that's enough to give me nightmares for a week. Oh, you seen Mac and Me, Tim?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. I've got the it's somewhere. Oh yeah, here. It's unopened still. I picked up the shelf release for it. Never got around to it, but I saw it as a kid. It's some.
Oh. DVD, Dr. Impossible shall say, name me a good Don Siegel film that doesn't include Dirty Harry. Explain why you like the film and what attracted you to it. Over to you, Pete and the guests. Right. Who wants to go first? I think I know one film, but I can't remember it.
Well, there's 2 that come to mind for me. One of them's Escape from Alcatraz, and I was probably drawn to it just because it's Clint Eastwood. I love Clint Eastwood, and the other one's The Shootist with John Wayne.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh, that's cool. What about you, Alan?
Well, I'm just going through his list of films, and technically you could say Casablanca because he was a montage director for that. But I'm going to go with quite an underrated Clint Eastwood film, actually, The Beguiled, the original one, 1971. That stuck with me, that story. I really did. I just thought Clint Eastwood sort of played it quite subtle, but it was all about the girls in the film rather than him. Just their sort of relationship with each other, the jealousy, and how they all sort of just interacted and how their sort of emotions come to light. I thought they did a really good job in that one. So I'd go probably Beguiled. But it's got quite, Coogan's Bluff. That's a brilliant film, Coogan's Bluff. The Shootist. Very good director. I was unaware of him as a director, actually. I've heard the name, but not sort of known his list of films. Yeah, he's done some good work.
Yeah, it's just a name that you just think of that one film, Dirty Harry. I didn't realise he'd done so many just of researching him. Andy?
Yeah, I'd probably have to say the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's a...
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm going to gather Tim's going to say the same.
Yeah, I'm in a minority that I actually prefer this one over the 78 one. 78 one's great, but I really loved this one. I'm one of those people too. If I have the movie near me, I pull it. It's a habit. But yeah, I really, this is a great movie.
It is, yeah. I didn't even realise he directed that one. Oh. For me, I'll probably say this is a film that I picked up on. I think it's 101 a few months ago, called The Black Windmill with Michael Caine. He
God
plays
bless
like
you,
this
sir.
secret.
Yeah.
He plays like this secret agent, and like these guys nick his kid and hold the kid for ransom. So he has to find out who stole the kid and all this sort. It's a really good film. I was surprised by it.
They filmed that actually not far from where I live, just about 3 or 4 miles away. It's 2 windmills called the Jack and Jill windmills, and they filmed that film there, which I was going to do
Wow.
like a location. Oh, fuck me. Hello, where you gone? Hold on. Lost
Oh.
you.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
You can't see me. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, you're okay. Have you guys seen
Carry on.
The Black Windmill?
No.
No.
Nope.
Rogue says Invasion of the Body Snatchers 56 is a fun Don Cialdi film. Yeah, it is. We've got movies with Ryan saying Tim.
Hey, Ryan. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, I think Ryan's been on a stream a couple of times, though. Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining. Carla says, as I'm getting a little tired of the constant superhero movies, I'm curious of Samaritan with Sylvester Stallone. You guys seen the trailer of it? To be released on Amazon Prime at the end of the month. Ooh. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. It actually looks kind of entertaining, but I fully agree with the getting tired of superhero movies part. It's just there's so much of them. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to care as much.
I agree. There's far too many these days. It feels like there's one every month, and then with the TV shows and all that, it just gets on your nerves a bit. And you got to catch up with all of them if you want to watch the films as well. Yeah. You seen the trailer, Mike?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. It didn't really do that much for me, the trailer, but I probably will watch it because I do like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I like to see what movies he does these days. So yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer, Andy, or not?
No, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah.
But I might check it out if it's Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
And have you seen the trailer, Kermit? Alan?
I have, yes. Trailer looks quite promising, actually. Sylvester Stallone he's an old guy. He hasn't used his powers. He's just integrating with society, and he's almost forced back into using his powers again. It does look good. I do have a little bit of the fatigue with all these superhero films. I think they've just lost their tarnish a bit. And I think since Endgame, they're sort of starting again from scratch, because you had that great big build up, and then there was nothing, and they're just sort of starting from scratch. So it just seems like they're just trying to find their way. But I'm quite interested in this. I don't know if this is a Marvel film or just a sort of standalone one.
It's just an original.
It's an original. Nothing to do with DC or Marvel.
Oh, that's good. I think that's good then.
Yeah, I see the trailer for it a couple of weeks ago, and I was impressed. It looked like a lot of fun. It's going straight to Amazon, so I haven't got to go out and buy a cinema ticket for it. So yeah, I definitely will be giving it a go. And it's Sylvester Stallone, so what's not to like? Right. Carlos here saying, liking the choices, Andy, Orson Welles, Madsen, and Penn. I would have liked Anthony Quinn, Kurt Russell, and Robin Williams if I had to go for a recast of the classic roles. That's a good pick.
That's it. I didn't think to use people that are dead. I was just using actors that are still alive.
Yeah. We've got Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection here saying, hello everyone, good to see you. Hey Mike.
Hiya.
Dr. Impossible says, all I remember was the Buffy film. Hewer and Sutherland plus some bloke called Pee Wee Herman.
I actually don't mind the Buffy film.
No, it's fine, but it's the building blocks of the show.
Yeah,
I much prefer the show.
The thing is, I've never ever seen the show. I've only ever seen one episode, like when I was a kid. but I actually really like the film. So I think I'm in the minority there, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Right, we got Matt here saying, we stand Tim Talkies, so happy to be good friends with him and on his stream. He's a great friend.
Thank you so much, Matt. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, we had him on the stream a couple of weeks ago. It was a great night talking to Matt.
Yeah.
And I have seen a few of your streams with Matt. Are very entertaining.
Thank you.
Right, next up we've got Paul here from Magpie Movie saying, "Evening all, good to see you all well." Hey Paul, thanks for joining.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
We've got Evander here from Slayer Reviews. Hello, legends. Hey, Evander. Hope you're doing well,
Bloody
mate.
hell. Hey, Vanda.
We've got Bradley here. Just sub to Tim. We'll take a look later. Looks interesting. Movie that made you say, okay, that's weird. Just watch Frankenstein's Army, which is full of Bizarro with a huge helping of what the fuck. So what films made you say, okay, that was weird? Who wants to go first?
I can go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Did you guys ever see the movie Detention from 2011? It's got Josh Hutcherson in it, or Hutchison, whatever it's his name. But it's a slasher flick that has time travel in it. It's weird as hell. It takes really weird turns. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's very much so what the fuck type movie.
Alan, you said I'm saying it is Midsummer. I was thinking Hereditary for a minute. It is Midsummer. I keep getting mixed up.
Yeah, Midsummer. I wasn't expecting what was going to happen in that film. That was quite bizarre.
Yeah, there's a couple of moments near in the end I was like, yeah, that's a bit odd. But yeah, that's a good film. What about you, Mike?
The first one that comes to mind is probably that Everything Anywhere All at Once. Yeah, I think I don't think I was as big a fan of the movie as most other people were. I think it kind of took the weirdness just a little bit too far for me, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really weird stuff in that movie.
Yeah, I can think of a couple of weird things that took me out of it a bit, but I did enjoy it, but I did kind of thought it was a bit too much, but definitely was better than Multiverse of Madness.
What I love about that movie, though, is if you could take the core story of that movie and rip it out and create a compelling A24 drama movie. Like, it has a really good emotional heartstrings, and all around it is just this wacky crap that's happening. Like, I enjoyed it a lot.
It's a good film about like family relationships and love, really, at the end of the day, and it really was interesting, and all the performances were fantastic. It was great to see the guy from Big Trouble in Little China in there, even though he's like 90 now. What's his name?
Is it James Woods?
I think so.
Yeah,
he was fantastic in that film.
He pops up and everything, and he just looks the same.
Yeah, I checked his IMDb. He's been in over 100 films.
Yeah, he's in loads of stuff, and he's in like Blade Runner and Wayne's World 2. Yeah.
Oh, what a thing to be on your CV, Wayne's World 2.
I love Wayne's World 2.
Oh, it is a great film. Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Okay, probably a movie that I absolutely love, but made me go like, "What the fuck am I watching?" Was probably Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. So that was just insane, but I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I agree. That's certainly very much out there for me. I remember I watched this as a kid. I shouldn't have watched it as a kid, but Razorhead. My dad thought it was an old classic 30s film, and he put me in front of it, and he said, "Watch this, Pete." And I was like, "Yeah, this is a bit weird for 8-year-old me." Forgot Paul saying my movie for tonight is Tears of the Sun. Have any of you seen it, and is it any good? Is that the Bruce Willis one?
Bruce Willis, yeah.
You seen it,
That's
Alan?
not a bad film. Yeah, it's not a bad film. For me, it's a road movie really, without the road. There features a bit of jungle, if I remember. Saw it years ago. I think they're just trying to get people to safety, is what I recall. And yeah, it's the early boost for this film, so got to enjoy those ones.
Yeah, that's cool. You seen it, Mike?
No, I haven't seen that one. I know it. I've seen the trailer and the poster for it, but no, I've never seen it.
No. Andy?
Yeah, I watched it for the first time this year. I thought it was okay. I think it's got Monica Bellucci in it as well. I think she's like the doctor the SWAT team have been sent in to like rescue, but she won't leave without her patients or the people she's looking after. It's pretty good from what I remember. It's like a solid 6 out of 10 for me. Yeah,
that sounds good. And have you seen it, Tim?
Yeah, I thought it was solid. The early 2000s had a lot of war movies, like quite a bit were coming out, and Black Hawk Down, I think, takes all of them. But Season of the Sun is solid.
Yeah, I remember it was quite cheap on Amazon a few months ago, and I was going to pick up, and then I forgot about it. I've heard it's quite an underrated Bruce Willis film, but I haven't seen it, but I probably will get round to it. And Paul says, and please drop by if you're free for my big quiz night on Monday at 8 p.m. Shameless plug. Dr. Impossible says, 1950s sci-fi. What Hollywood or non-Hollywood film would any of you recommend for a beginner? Planet of the Vampires.
For me, it's Plan 9 from Outer Space.
If you like B movies, The Giant Claw. It was a Giant Claw. It was released, I think it was Arrow, released a box set of sort of B movie sci-fi, and that one you've got to see it to believe it. It's talking about bad. Well, it's not CGI. It's all puppets, and it looks like something from like a reject from the Muppet Show. The bird is like Emu, if you remember Emu from the 70s. This thing is just, you've got to see it to believe it. And they're all convinced that this thing doesn't exist. They're all looking up and this thing's above them like it's just like a black blob. The effects are awful, but it's notoriously bad. I think it's one of those sort of like Plan 9 from Outer Space. I love the old 50s sci-fi B movies.
You sold me with Emu.
Yeah. Something to see.
What about you, Mike?
I didn't mind Them, the one with the giant ants. I thought that was pretty bad, but pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. That's on the
Shooting
HMV
antenna.
Premium,
That's a good.
Yeah. Premium, yeah.
Awesome. And what about you, Tim?
I love the 50s. When I think beginner, I think go to like some of the actual classics, and like The Blob is such a great movie. You get super early Steve McQueen. I think it might be his debut as a lead. He's great in it though, and I had the privilege. At least I live only about hour 45 minutes away from the theater that they run out of in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. So I got to actually see the theater in person. It was really cool. But yeah, I love this movie. I'd say this or War of the Worlds, one of those two.
Yeah.
There's the Giant Claw.
Oh wow. Oh, that's
It's
amazing.
a thing of beauty.
That's great. I'll have to have a look out for that one. Every time I watch it, I'll just think of Emu and think, where's Rod Hull? Right. For me, thinking about it, Journey to the Center of the Earth, the original one, isn't that 50s?
Could be, yeah.
I think so. And you got like Forbidden Planet, and I think Quatermass might have been. I think Quatermass might have been in the 50s as well, so I'll probably say them two. All three. Rogue says a good 50s sci-fi movie is the original War of the Worlds. Yes,
Yeah.
very good pick. Dr. Impossible says Them, Ants, Nuclear War, Fallout, love it. You've sold me. Comments gone weird. Rogue says the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, Dinosaurs versus City equals fun. It sounds fun. Magpie Movies, Paul says the 53 War of the Worlds is one of my favourite. I'd go to the Tom Cruise one.
Same.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's a great film. Dr. Impossible says, I married a monster from outer space as gold. From the title alone, it sounds... Marvel fan says, Jason Blum wants to end paranormal activity after the next of kin. What's your thoughts on this? They've been going for a long while, so yeah, they're probably best. I think there's probably about 20 films so far. I think bar the first one. Not many people talk about the franchise. What do you think, Andy?
I've only ever seen the first one, and that's the one I sort of only want to see.
Yeah.
So it could keep going or it could stop. I wouldn't really care.
Tim?
I'm okay with ending it. I enjoy the franchise well enough. I mean, it has some legitimately decent jump scares, but I'm fine with ending it.
Mike?
Yeah, I've only seen the first three, and I think the first one was the only one that I kind of liked, but I'm not really the biggest fan of the movies, so I don't really care what they do with the franchise.
Alan?
Yeah, the same. Only seen the first one. I take it Jason Blum was the one that created the whole thing to start with, and if he wants to end it, well, that's his prerogative, isn't it? But I think if everybody just liked basically the first one or few, then yeah, it seems like it's time to knock on the head.
I've never seen the first one, to be fair. I've only seen, I think it's the fifth or the sixth one. It's like one I picked up from a pound shop, and yeah, I turned it off. It was awful. So yeah, I probably need to watch the first one and see what it's like. Yeah, but these films are made on a shoestring budget, and they make loads of money in the box office, so that's why they keep making them, I suppose. Because wasn't the first one like the one that made the most profit out of any film ever?
I think so.
Yeah, I think for the budget.
Because I remember when that came out, I think it was 2008, 2009. Everybody was talking about it. It was like the Blair Witch Project of its time.
Oh, the marketing was fantastic on it.
I can remember the trailers for it. Rogue Review says Forbidden Planet is an influential classic and introduced Robbie the robot to the world. Awesome.
It's so weird seeing Leslie Nielsen play like a serious character in a movie as well in Forbidden Planet. Because like all I see is him as like, you know, comedy.
I never really knew he did serious roles.
Right. I'm gonna have to go because my battery's almost dead on my earphones now, so I won't be able to hear you otherwise. So
No worries, Alan.
I'll have to shoot off. Thanks for having me on. Been a pleasure.
Take care, Alan.
Take care, Alan.
Right. Take care.
Soon.
Bye.
Alan. Bye. And then there was 4. Yeah, it was great to have Alan on the stream. And again, if you haven't subscribed to Alan, his link is in the description down below. Rogue Review says, but the Invisible Boy is shit. Avoid it. I haven't even heard of it. Bradley Stark says, best TV drama spin-off from a movie franchise. I haven't seen the Chucky series yet, but love the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Great companion show to Terminator. Hannibal is a close second. So, which ones are your picks, Annie?
Buffy. I'm just going to say that again. I mean,
yeah, that's an easy pick for you. I'm going to echo what Bradley say and say the Hannibal series. It's brilliant. It gets a bit weird nearing the second, third season. I must admit, some of the kills and what Hannibal does, I'm like, yeah, you're going a bit too far. And don't watch it whilst eating. Definitely put you off your food.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great series. Mads Mikkelsen is superb. And then you've also got Lawrence Fishburne as well. What more could you want? Mike?
I'm gonna have to say Ash versus Evil Dead. Yeah, it's just if you like the Evil Dead movies, then the show is just it's a lot of fun.
It's one I need to watch. I've heard a lot of people say good things about it.
Yeah,
I watched the pilot 8 times before the next episode came out because I was so excited that there's actually a TV show for it.
Yeah, it's so every episode is so much fun. There's no like filler episodes. It's just all
Really?
action and gore and everything.
Isn't it only like 20 minutes an episode or something?
Yeah, I think the pilot is like 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's like an hour one basically.
Yeah, but the rest are all pretty short. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And Andy?
Yeah, I mean, mine's well, it's a little bit of a cop out, but I'm not a big TV guy. So mine's a show that was sort of inspired by the movie. It's not like a direct spin-off or anything like that, but it's my favorite TV show of all time, and it's Batman the Animated Series coming off of Batman. That's yeah.
Oh,
that's my favorite show of all time.
I'm more of a Batman Begins person though. I love Batman Begins. Batman Beyond, sorry. Yeah, Beyond.
Batman Beyond, yeah.
Sorry, I said Begins, but Beyond, I mean.
Batman Beyond is great. Like, I love that show.
I remember them too.
They work really good though, watching one into the other. Like watch Batman the Animated Series and then watch Beyond.
Yeah.
I agree. Marvel fan says Patton Oswalt has confirmed that Eternal sequel is officially happening. Thoughts on that?
Just make it better than the first. I'll be happy.
First.
No, you didn't see it, Tim?
I haven't seen most of the space.
Do you think, like, after Endgame, they really should have finished then, Tim?
Oh, God, yeah. I have very little interest in most of the stuff that's been coming out since after Endgame.
Yeah. I think... Pardon what you say? Anyway, what was I going to say now? I forgot now. I think it's hard to win the fans back after Endgame. It was just like a massive crescendo. It ended perfectly, and now starting it all up again, it's going to be hard to win the fans back. And some of the films haven't been that good. But I didn't mind Eternals. I'm one of the few people that didn't mind it.
It's not the worst thing ever, but it's not top tier Marvel by any means.
No. I've not heard the greatest things about Thor: Love and Thunder either, and I've been a bit dubious about watching that one.
Yeah, it was okay.
We've got Brian Drums here saying, yo. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining. Movies with Ryan says, thoughts on John Boyega? I personally think he has no range. It's always the same force, mean face out of him, it feels like. Right. Tim, what do you think?
I don't know if I have enough thoughts on him because I don't know how much stuff I've seen from him besides the new Star Wars trilogy, which he exists in. I mean, don't like his character in it. I didn't even see what was he second Pacific Rim he was in. I didn't see that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think I've seen enough of him but what I've seen, I don't think very much of. But yeah.
Mike?
I don't mind him. I think he's fine. He was in a movie called Detroit. I thought he was pretty good in that movie. But yeah, I don't mind. I think he's fine.
Yeah. Nandy?
Yeah, I'm the same. I think he's all right. There was a movie I wasn't a big fan of, but he was probably the best part about it. Attack the Block.
I still never saw that. That's like a cult movie now at this point. And I still haven't gotten it.
I wasn't a big fan of it, but he was one of the better parts about it. I think him and Nick Frost were like the two best parts about that film. And like Mike said, Detroit's awesome. That's a great movie that he's in.
Yeah, I picked that up for like $5 and just there's only so much time, so you pick a movie and there's other movies that just sit there and you don't get to it. I'll get to Detroit at some point.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that makes you angry at the end. It makes your blood boil.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but positive things about that film, and I've heard his performance in that is very good as well. There was like a TV series on BBC One that he did as well, and that was quite good as well. Can't remember what it's called. but he's a decent actor. He got pretty much forgotten about in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, but he was great in Attack the Block. Keep forgetting he's in that. That's quite a few years ago now, like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2011. I think.
Yeah. He's a fine actor. I haven't really seen him in anything else, but I do want to watch that at One Detroit. James Townsend said, "Do you think 4K will be as popular as Blu-ray?"
No.
No.
Probably not.
I think the price point is the main thing. I mean, over here in the UK, it's 25 quid. Blu-ray's 15, so it's a £10 jump. While DVD and Blu-ray, there's only a £5 jump, and a lot of people are just going to stick with the DVD or the Blu-ray. And there has been a lot of talks recently of difference in transfers. 4K is very up and down. I've heard from a lot of people, like you, Andy. You said a lot of them are very
Yes, it's hit and miss. I can see the average person wanting to get 4K, just bringing it home, putting it on, and not being able to tell the difference between 4K and Blu-ray. That would be the average person, like who isn't like a film fan or anything like that. But for me in 4K, you've got to do some research on it, depending on the movie.
Yeah. I've heard stories of like the transfers not really much different at all between the Blu-ray, and obviously with the more expensive setup you have, the better picture you'll get.
Yeah.
You've got to invest into it to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think about 4Ks?
Well, I think Blu-ray has been around for over 15 years now, and it still is like 20% of the market. 4K, it'll never come close to catching. People still think of Blu-ray as a new format. Never mind 4K. It'll never happen.
No. And Mike?
Yeah, I can only say the same. I think Blu-ray will always remain the most popular, at least for a long time.
Yeah. Rogue Review says, "I personally feel there will be a Days of Thunder sequel in the near future." Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised after the success of Top Gun.
I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed Days of Thunder. I thought it was a pretty fun film. We've got Paul Magpie Movie says, "I know there's a new National Treasure TV show coming out soon, but I wish they'd make a new movie with Nicolas Cage in it. He'll be missed in the TV show." Yeah, that's the big thing that's put me off watching it, that he isn't in it. You think of the franchise, you think of Nicolas Cage. Hopefully he'll appear in some sort of cameo or at least in the final episode in a bigger role, but as it is, I'm a bit ho-hum about it. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I think they're missing a trick not including him. I don't know whether he doesn't want to be part of it or not, or what the situation is, but it'd be a shame if he wasn't in it.
Mike?
Yeah, same really. It seems a shame that he's not in the TV show.
And Tim?
So National Treasure is not some high concept plot that you can carry on with other people. It's Nick Cage's movie. They're both Nick Cage's movie. It makes no sense to me at all. Like it's not National Treasure if it doesn't have Nick Cage. Just make some other treasure hunting movie or show.
Yeah, it's a similar situation with like Pirates of the Caribbean and Johnny Depp. You think of that franchise with him, and now they've announced Margot Robbie is definitely going to be in the new film, which I think is going to be a hard sell for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Before we get on to the next question, what is your guys' favourite Nicolas Cage film, man?
He's been in a lot of great movies. The Rock is legitimately one of his best. The Rock is great. I have a special fond place in my heart, though, for Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I really love that movie.
I still need to see that one. But I watched The Rock recently, loved it. The pairing of him and Sean Connery just works so well.
Yeah.
Andy?
I think for me, for like sheer entertainment, when it comes to Cage, probably Raising Arizona or Face Off. But if you're talking like performance-wise, it's Leaving Las Vegas. That is, he's just majestic in that film.
Yeah. And Mike?
Yeah, so my answer's kind of similar to Andy's. So for sheer entertainment, definitely Raising Arizona, just really fun comedy. But for performance, there's a movie called Matchstick Men, directed by Ridley Scott. He's really good in that movie.
Great picks. For me, I'll probably say Con Air. I love that film. But I also liked him in the first Kick-Ass film. I thought he was great in that. And him in Face Off. My word, him and John Travolta did incredible work there, pretending to be each other. Loved it.
Have you guys seen this before, Vampire's Kiss?
Yeah.
It
haven't.
Yeah.
Absolute bonkers. His performance is so unhinged and just it's crazy. He recites the entire alphabet like a madman. It's you gotta see this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Seen it advertised a few places, so I might have to give that one a watch. It looks intriguing. Dr. Impossible says, have any of you, bar Pete, seen the Sidney Lumet film called Prince of the City with Treat Williams? It deals with a cop who turns against his cop friends and places him at odds with the state.
I've not, but Sidney Lumet and Treat Williams, that I'm really intrigued on that.
Yeah, by coincidence, I was actually looking for that movie, but it's really hard to get over here in the UK. I think it's on. I think in America they have. Is it like Warner Archives or something?
Warner Archive. It sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on that, but it's really hard to get over here in the UK. But I'd like to see it.
Yeah. Maybe it'll end up coming to H&B Premium Collection because most of the Warner Archives do.
Yeah, maybe.
Rogue says, I'm wondering if Triplets will ever get completed. It began filming but got put on hold when Ivan Reitman sadly passed away as he was directing it.
I didn't know they'd started filming it.
I didn't know either, but that's been so long, I would imagine you just got to shelve it or restart it.
Yeah, there has been talks of it. I remember, but I didn't know they were working on it. I think it was Eddie Murphy that was going to be in it or something. I can't remember, but I'm sure it was Eddie Murphy. David Beach says Alan. Well, Alan's not here now, so we'll talk about everybody else. What is your What is your best Disney film, and what is your favorite Pixar film? I'm going to gather. What's your favorite collection you own on Blu-ray and box set? And I enjoy your videos with Jamie Powell. So, what's your favorite Disney film, Pixar, and box set you've got?
Oh, that's a lot to unpack. Jeez.
I'm going to say Disney, Lilo and Stitch, Pixar, Toy Story 2, and favorite box set. Even though I've got them singularly, I'm going to say James Bond. What about you, Tim?
All right, so Pixar, I love Up. I'll go with Up. Regular Disney movie, that's hard to tell. So just because it's near me, it's more so give this a darn Blu-ray. Someone.
I love that film.
Yeah, this is the Bruce Campbell one, from 1997. Wow. This is not on anything but VHS, and I show this in a lot of stuff just because I freaking really want a Blu-ray. But yeah, give me this, please. But and box set, I have no idea. I couldn't even guess. I don't really have much box set wise for Disney, so I don't know.
That's fair enough, mate. What about you, Andy?
For me, my favorite Pixar movie of all time is Toy Story 2. Favorite Disney, I'm gonna have to say Lion King. Be really generic.
Yeah.
Box set. I don't really have any box sets to do with Disney, but I'd say probably my favorite box set that I own now, just outside of that, is probably that Harry Potter 4K set.
Yeah, it's a lovely set. And what about you, Mike?
I think Pixar, yeah, probably Toy Story 1 or 2. And I did like Coco. I think that was a more recent movie. I really enjoyed that one. Disney, yeah, I'm probably just going to have to say The Lion King. And box set, yeah, I don't have any Disney box sets, but out of all my box sets, probably the Clint Eastwood signature set, just for the sheer size and weight of it. It's just, it's a beautiful set.
What's there, like 60 films in that collection? I've seen it as incredible.
Yeah, it's really
huge.
heavy. It's such a heavy set. Like you lift it up, it feels like a bowling ball.
One of my for box sets in general, just I never see anybody show this. This thing is freaking awesome. This is like most of 20th Century Fox. Like it's only missing a few years before they got sold to Disney, but this is like all of their big stuff. Everything that's been nominated, like all their big movies. It's all split up like that in a huge book, and it's freaking heavy. So this is one of my favorite like box sets in general. And I guess now that they're Disney, they're under Disney, I guess I can count this as a Disney box set.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not called Fox now, is it? 20th Century Studios now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Marvel fan says, did anybody watch Beavis and Butthead revival series? I found it funny, but annoying thing is episodes are released weekly at the moment, and 2 episodes are available on Paramount Plus. I haven't seen the new series, but I did watch Do the Universe, the new one, and thought that was quite entertaining. Have you seen it, Tim?
No. Does the revival series have music videos? Probably not, because that's what made Beavis and Butthead to me. Like music videos cut in. It's hard to watch it without that.
Yeah, that's true. Andy?
The only thing I've seen Beavis and Butthead related is Do America. That's the only Beavis and Butthead property I've seen. But I actually really like that movie. I have a good time with it. Never seen the show. Haven't seen the new movie. Yeah.
And Mike, have you seen it?
No, I've never ever seen a single Beavis and Butthead.
Rogue says Beetlejuice is getting a sequel in the near future. Tim Burton has confirmed it. He's working on it, but he said this back in 2020. I think he's said it pretty much every single year. I've heard every year we're getting one.
There's supposed to be one it was supposed to be set in Hawaii, I think, the sequel.
Yeah.
And that just got canned. Yeah.
That could have been really good.
Yeah.
Like, just the juxtaposition of like Beetlejuice and Hawaiian scenery. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
But that's
Hopefully we'll see sequel.
That's another movie that got a decent animated show.
Yeah.
And I think you said it's got a very good 4K as well.
Oh, it's one of the best. It's one of the best I've seen.
Ah, awesome. We've got Danny Ukes here saying, hi, what is the one film you could not live without having?
That's too hard.
That's a good one. Jurassic Park.
Probably Batman 89 for me.
Very good one. Mike?
I can't answer. There's just too many. I'll say Batman 89 as well, or Batman Returns.
Yeah. Great picks. I could be cheeky and say Back to the Future trilogy, as I see them as like one long film, but I won't say that. I could easily pick franchises, but no. I'm going to say Dirty Harry, the original one. I really do like that film, and I've watched it quite a few times. We have China here saying, what is your favourite movie of the year so far?
Maverick for me.
I still haven't seen it. I've just heard nothing but positive things about it, and I can't wait until it comes out on Blu-ray so I can get it.
It blew me away. I went in with very low expectations because I didn't even think it needed to exist. I'm not even a huge fan of the original. I think the original is good, but this Maverick just absolutely blew me away.
Yeah. I must admit, when I heard they were doing it and kept pushing it back, I was like, "Why are you pushing it back?" I'm just like, "It's not. It's going to be fine." But when I kept hearing the reviews and that, I was like, "Wow!" And everybody's saying like the final act of it is incredible.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. It just overtook Titanic here in the United States for box office. For just the domestic box office. That's crazy.
I've heard about that. It's incredible. It's still in the cinemas now, I think, isn't it? Still doing quite well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, definitely. It was a gamble that definitely paid off and kept holding it back for like 2 years, I think. Put it in cinemas, done incredible. And it is like a proper return to cinema from what I've heard from people.
Oh, it is. It's theater experience all the way. I mean, my gosh, it's incredible.
Yeah. Andy?
Yeah, there's a couple for me I really enjoy, like the Batman, Top Gun Maverick, the Northman. I thought was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, X was one I really enjoyed. There's been quite a bit. There hasn't really been anything this year that has been like an absolute stinker. Probably say the worst movie I've seen this year is probably the new Fantastic Beasts. I just really didn't care for it. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once was great. It was just there's been loads this year. It's been difficult to choose.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'll probably say The Northman. That's pretty good.
That is one that I need to desperately watch. I still haven't seen Robert Eggers' other two films, but I've heard that The Northman is probably the most accessible one of the ones he's done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the most straightforward of his three.
Yeah. It's definitely the most crowd-pleasing.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
My gosh, the 4K on that is incredible.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. For me, I'll probably say the Batman, but Everything Everywhere All at Once for me really. I knew it was going to be good, but I was surprised by how good it was. I can't think of anything really else. But I still need to see Top Gun and The Northman and a couple of more that I haven't seen. So yeah, I'll say the Batman and Everything Everywhere.
My number two though is Black Phone. I loved Black Phone.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
I need to see that one as well. I've heard so many positive things about that one, and I have avoided spoilers, so looking forward to that. What about Jurassic World Dominion? Did you enjoy that one, Tim?
No, I didn't. I wanted to, no.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, and I'm like, I did not like Fallen Kingdom, and I'm very about this one.
I think it's arguably worse than Fallen Kingdom because it takes the original cast and still screws it up. I wanted to like it, but very disappointing. It's what I ranked it one of my worst of the year that I've seen.
Wow. Have you seen Nope yet?
No, not yet. I'll probably end up seeing it when it comes Blu-ray. I'm probably not making it to the theaters.
Yeah, because over here in the UK, it still hasn't come out yet. I think it's this week or next week it comes out.
I think it's the 12th. I think it's Friday.
Oh, this Friday. Yeah, we get it about 3 weeks later, I think. Edward says, what's your favourite Raymond Briggs film from your childhood? So, stuff like The Snowman and that. I don't know whether in America you've heard of Raymond Briggs and his films like The Snowman.
I gotta look them up because now I don't know.
I'd probably say for me, Fungus the Bogeyman. I always enjoyed that TV show. Father Christmas with, what's his name? Mel Smith, is it?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was quite good. What about you, Mike?
I think that the only one I've seen is The Snowman, but I've heard really great things about When the Wind Blows. I think Lisa from Lisa Loves, she's spoke quite highly of that movie, so I'll probably check that out.
Is that one about his parents? Because I know he done one about his parents as well.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I
Andy?
don't know,
Oh, sorry.
is this about the equivalent to like the Rankin Bass stuff over here? Like Rudolph and all that stuff? Like, is the equivalent to
Sort of,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, for me, I'm just gonna have to be really obvious here and just say the Snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I love that Iron Brew advert with the Snowman.
Oh, I can
It's
remember
great.
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I remember watching the Snowman. I remember there was a live action bit segment where it was introduced by Dave Bowie.
Was there?
When I was
That's cool.
yeah from when I was really young. I hope I'm getting that right, but I think I remember David Bowie did like this intro for it, and yeah, it was really good from what I remember.
Oh, I'll have to check on YouTube to see if it's still up. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
He doesn't sing or anything. He's just doing a bit of acting. But yeah.
Anything with David Bowie in, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Movies with Ryan says we haven't had McPizza since the early 90s in southern Indiana. Wow. We've got the 4K lowdown here. What's up, guys? Hey, Tim, your soup catcher is getting bigger, bro. Well, thanks for joining, mate.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's been on the stream a couple of times. He's always entertaining. Very good guy. Love his channel. Rogue says there's only about 8 McDonald's that do pizza in the USA.
Wow. Okay, that's why I've never seen one before.
Oh, that's a shame. The 4K lowdown says don't forget the like button, guys. Thanks ever so much, mate. Carlos says movie face-offs. Preferred movie: Blade Runner versus Total Recall, Jaws versus Alien, The King of Comedy versus Joker, and why? That's a good question. I'll go first. I'll say Blade Runner. I just think that's a fantastic sci-fi film, though Total Recall was a lot of fun with Arnie. For me, Alien. I think Alien. I just like it because it's got like Sigourney Weaver in it, and then John Hurt, Chessburn has seen so many iconic scenes. I do like Jaws, but it's been a while since I've seen that. And I'm going to have to say Joker because I haven't seen The King of Comedy, though I know that Joker was inspired a lot by The King of Comedy. So who wants to go first? You want to go first then, Andy? Tim?
I can go.
You go first.
So I'll go Blade Runner over Total Recall. Total Recall is fun. Blade Runner is actually like a thinking movie, and it's incredible. So I'll go with that. Jaws isn't up there for an all-time favorite, so I'm going Jaws. And I've never also seen King Comedy. I wasn't crazy on Joker though, so I'll say King of Comedy just because I didn't care for Joker.
No worries, mate. Andy?
Yeah, the hardest one for me is Blade Runner Total Recall. Yeah, Blade Runner, like Tim was saying, is the thinking man's movie, and Total Recall is just sheer entertainment. But I might give it to Total Recall just because it's the easier watch. Jaws for me, I just fell in love with that movie first before I fell in love with Alien. And I'm going to go with King of Comedy. I adore the ending to that film. It's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, didn't enjoy that movie the first time I watched it, but on rewatch, the ending's really good. Really love that movie.
I'd never heard of that film, and then when Joker came out, I noticed the Blu-ray started to sell loads because obviously Joker was so heavily inspired by it. So I've got to get around to watch it.
Massively, yeah.
Oh. And you, Mike?
I'll say Blade Runner because it's one of my favorite movies. I have to choose Blade Runner. Jaws and Alien, that's the tough one for me, but I would probably have to say Jaws. I think I probably just like it just a little bit more than Alien. And King of Comedy. I really like that movie. I I think it's a better movie than Joker, even though I really like Joker as well. But I think King of Comedy, I can see myself watching that movie more than Joker.
Yeah, that's cool. Before we get on to the next question, what do you guys think of the sequel to Joker? Do you want a sequel? What do you think of it being a musical and Lady Gaga in it? What's your thoughts?
I think Lady Gaga is actually a good actress, so there's that going.
I think that's the big thing there. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn could be fantastic. So,
yeah, she's really good.
But musical, what do you think?
Like I said, I didn't care for the first much, so I'm okay with it. They can't ruin it for me, so whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's understandable. Andy?
Yeah, I just do not know what to make of that news, to be honest. I really, really don't. It just seems like such a curveball to go that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mike?
I'm kind of mixed on it. I mean, I do quite like Lady Gaga as an actress. So I'm not against her playing. Is she playing Harley Quinn? Is that who she's going to be playing?
I think that's what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not totally against that, and I'm not even against the idea of it being a musical. I actually kind of like the idea, like, because I'd rather see something a bit different than another sort of generic comic book movie. I'd like to see them try something different. But at the same time, I feel like the movie just doesn't need a sequel. I thought it was fine as a standalone movie.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The sequel really didn't need to be done. I think it just ends fine, and you can interpret the ending as you will.
Yeah.
Rogue says, have you seen the fries with chocolate sauce in Japanese McDonald's?
No.
Oh, good. Rogue says, I've read somewhere that the public interest in superhero movies is on the decline.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. Seeing like, is it all the films going straight to Disney Plus within a couple of weeks? That's another sign. Because if they're doing so well in cinemas, they would keep them in cinemas, like Top Gun Maverick is doing.
Yeah.
I would imagine by the end of this decade, the superhero bubble will burst. And then that'll be something else come and take its place because people will just get fed up with it.
It happens with everything. I mean, how big was the zombie genre there for the early 2000s? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Westerns as well. It's always a different phase. Radley says, which movie genre do you gravitate towards most? I.e., which genre would you say represent most movies in your collection? Horror for me by a long shot. What about you, Tim?
I'd say I probably gravitate towards like a good action the most, but a good drama will crush anything else. So, like, if you're going to give me a good drama, I'll take that above everything else. But I probably have more horror in my collection just because, like, these Scream Factories and Arrow and all that stuff, that it just overall, I probably have more horror.
Yeah. Andy?
Yeah, I'd probably say horror as well. It's some of that stuff is the stuff I grew up on, like Freddy Krueger, Friday the 13th, Halloween. All those movies were like bread and butter to me when I was a kid. But yeah, action as well. You know, I love my Schwarzeneggers. I love my Stallone movies. I love all that. Yeah. But yeah, I'd say drama as well. You can just get wrapped up in like a good story. But yeah, I try and keep it as eclectic as possible. Like I'm just trying to I'll try and watch movies from every genre. I don't hold that against the movie. If I'm gonna go and watch a movie, I don't hold. I won't see it because of what genre it is. Whatever it is, I just want to see a good movie.
That's very true. Mike?
Yeah, the same. I think horror and action, they're probably the ones I gravitate to the most.
Yeah, me, probably horror and action. But I know it's like recently, ever since with Parasite and watching Train to Busan, World Cinema, it's amazing how subtitles just open up a whole new choice of great filmmaking.
Yeah. But what I still to this day have a hard time pinpointing what genre Parasite is. That walks the line on so many different genres.
It certainly does. It's a mix of everything, but it's a master of more. Such a great film. Edward says, have you guys seen 13 Lives on Amazon Prime, and is it any good? No. I think I might have seen it advertised on the TV. I think it's like a witchcraft thing based on a comic book or something. I'm not entirely sure, but no, I haven't seen it. Bumpus Movie says, Detention is a very underrated, underseen movie. It's not a bowl of spaghetti. Haha.
Yeah, that movie really is. A lot of people didn't see it. It kind of came and went really quick.
Oh, I'll have to check that one out. Have you seen it, Andy or Mike?
No.
Oh.
I'll look out for it though.
Same here. Dr. Impossible says, great choices, guys, on Seagal. For me, it's Charlie Varick, The Last of the Independents with the late, great Walter Mayhew. Rogue Review says, what's your favourite film directed by Sidney Lumet?
He's great. 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, agree.
Oh, yeah, I've heard Andy said about that one quite a few times.
Yeah.
Cool. Mike?
12 Angry Men is up there, but I think my favourite is probably Dog Day Afternoon, just because Al Pacino is just immense in that movie.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you there, mate. Dog Day Afternoon, loved it. When I first watched it, I was like laughing my head off. I thought it was a brilliant comedy, but as the film went on, it really was something special. Great film. Holds up incredibly well today.
Did he do Running on Empty as well?
Yeah.
It says on there he does.
Running on Empty is so good. I bought that from Warner Archive. That blew me away. I had no idea anything about it.
Yeah, awesome movie.
I'm going to have to watch that because I did pick it up on premium because of Andy's recommendation, and my mum's seen it before. She loves it, so I'm going to have to watch it soon. Looks very good by the description on the back, and also River Phoenix. So
and Jude Hirsch is a great actor.
And Rogue says, what's your favourite film directed by David Fincher?
7? It's tough.
I'm thinking 7. Did he do Gone Girl?
Yeah. They'd be my ones, 7 and Gone Girl.
His Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, though, was really good, and I wish we got more from him.
Yeah. Did he also do The Curious Case of Benjamin Button? Because I have a soft spot for that film. I love that film.
Panic Room's another good one I'd love, or we're eventually, I think, finally getting a Blu-ray coming up for that.
Great. I did actually pick up one of his films today called The Game.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one before.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I look forward to watching that. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, probably 7, but one movie that gets better every time I watch it is Zodiac. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but yeah, it gets better every time I watch it.
The basement scene is one of the more tense scenes I've seen in a drama. That is really good.
Yeah.
All right. I did get that after watching 7, but still haven't seen it yet. I think mainly it's the runtime that's put me off. I just need to find a spare 3 hours to watch it. Yeah, it looks good. That and Boogie Nights. Carlos says Dan Seagal is a fine director. It's known that he let Eastwood direct the Dirty Harry suicide scene, who a few years ago took to direct him. Oh. We've got Scotty's movies here saying, "Evening, guys. Hope you're well. Anyone watched Iron Brute today?" Hey, Scott. Hope you're well, mate.
Scott.
I haven't seen it yet. 5 little shorts, isn't it? About 5 minutes long. May give it a watch as it's not very long, but it's not a priority. What about you guys?
No, I might give it a miss, you know. It's just, yeah, I'm not really that interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dialogue will be very compelling. I'm Groot. What about you, Mike? Are you going to see it?
No, I'm not really that interested.
Rogue says, "I now own everything Fincher except Panic Room. I've just discovered that Gone Girl on Blu-ray has recently gone out of print. If you want it cheap, now get it." Oh. I did enjoy Gone Girl. I have it on DVD, but I might get the Blu-ray. I know when it first came out here in the UK, it came with like a book, didn't it? It came in like a cardboard slip cover, and it had like a book inside it.
I think it's like it's like the book that's in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is. Dr. Impossible says The Cube. Seen it, Andy, Mike, or guests?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
I just got the score in for that. I guess let me real quick. I literally just got this in, so the score came to vinyl for the first time, and I actually we don't have the Blu-ray here, so I'd import the Blu-ray. Cube is a crazy movie. This is like Saw and Escape Room, like way beforehand. Basically, just they're trapped in rooms, and they have to keep going from room to room. But there's traps. They don't know why they're there. It's a crazy movie.
What about you, Mike?
No, I've not seen it, but I always remember seeing the cover for it in Blockbuster. But yeah, never got around to seeing it.
When The Cube was mentioned, I was going to say, yeah, I've seen it with Philip Schofield and remembered it's a film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like a very interesting film. I'll have to get around to watching it. You've sold me it. We're saying it's similar to Saw. And that edition you've got there is incredible.
Oh, I didn't pop it in yet. I just got it in yesterday. So, yeah, it's great. Wow. This is one of the movies that we just don't have here.
Okay. We have Gary North here saying, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening, Gary. Hope you're well, mate.
Gary.
Dr. Impossible says, "Lermont film that I thoroughly enjoyed was The Hill with Connery, but Lermont made a film that never gets mentioned with Brando, The Fugitive kind. Brilliant film, and Brando is on fire." Okay. You guys heard of that one?
No.
Sounds very good, though. Movies with Ryan says, "The Watchmen TV show was a great spin-off. I've heard good things about that one. It's like a limited run series."
I thought it was great. Yeah, it was really compelling. The first couple episodes, it takes a little bit to get in, but man, once it hits, it's good. It's really good.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to give that one a watch. I did enjoy the film. You seen it, Andy or Mike?
No, not the TV show.
Not the show, no. I love the film, but yeah, I've not seen the show.
Rogue says The Invisible Boy is a spin-off movie to Forbidden Planet. It's on the H&B premium release of Forbidden Planet as a special feature. Oh, that's not too bad, so you get 2 movies with it. Cool. We've got Rogue Reviews also saying, "My favourite Nicolas Cage film is Wild at Heart. Still need to see that. I'm really want to watch that soon. Willem Dafoe in it, Laura Dern, bring it on."
He's terrifying in that film, Willem Dafoe.
Oh well, I'm sold then. Willem Dafoe, go full Willem Dafoe on there. Lisa Love says, "Love the Cube." Yeah. Movies with Ryan says, "Bringing Out the Dead is my favourite Nicolas Cage follow-off by Face Off." Yeah, Face Off is great. definitely out there. I was a bit like, what is going on here? But really enjoyed it. Lisa says it would be interesting to see Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman reprise their roles in Days of Thunder. Yeah. Lisa also says my favourite Nicolas Cage movie is Leaving Las Vegas, but I'd watch him in anything. Yeah, even the Wicker Man remake. The Bees, yes, I can remember that film.
Bees.
The best worst Nicolas Cage film is Deadfall. You guys have got to see that if you've not seen it.
No, I never saw it.
I haven't.
Oh my word! Yeah, like he is. It puts like all the other crazy Nicolas Cage films in the dust because of how bad it is. Like I think he's dubbed over himself in the movie because it's that insane. He wears this horrible wig. It's just he's just insane in that film. It's an awful movie, but it's so watchable.
Oh, it sounds a lot of fun. It does.
Yeah.
I still need to see that new one with Pedro Pascal, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That's really good.
I enjoyed the heck out of that. I went in not expecting anything, and really good time, and lots of little Easter eggs and callbacks to his other movies.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, I'm definitely going to give that one a go soon. I remember watching him in Willy's Wonderland. He's quite good in that, and he doesn't even say a word. The amount of soda he drinks in that film, though. Wow. Rogue Review says, but deep down we all know the Wicker Man is the best Nicolas Cage. Beautiful. Yeah. Iconic. Dr. Impossible says the file cost me a flipping mint to order from the US. 4K is very minority-driven market, and the last say in physical media. I think with 4K it's purely collectors, purely a premium. That's how they can get away with charging so much for their limited editions.
Yeah, I'm curious what, like, I know I import from the UK and I know it's expensive, so I wonder like what you guys would pay for Screen Factory, because the second stuff cost me a pretty penny to get here.
Yeah. I think Second Sight's our most expensive label because it's like 50 quid, isn't it, for a limited edition?
Yeah. Second Sight and Criterion are like.
Oh, Criterion.
Yeah.
Do you have to import? Does Criterion not have UK versions? Do you have to import?
Yeah, it's got. We get UK versions, but they're just really
sky high
prices for what they are.
Yeah. And then there's some films on Criterion, like Parasite, we never get through Criterion. We'll get a different version of it.
Yeah.
And I always find Arrow interesting too, because sometimes you guys will get stuff that we don't get because of rights, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it took like a year for True Romance to come over to the States, didn't it?
Yeah. There was people really mad that they spent so much to import it, and now we got the same exact version, but a year later.
Yeah. Oh. But there's Legend with Tom Cruise. Never got a release over here.
Oh no, that's a really good release here.
That's a shame that never come over here. Dr. Impossible says Lisa loves. Yeah, it's pretty good. The Cube concept is unique and different. The acting's a bit ropey, but it's the concept that matters.
Yeah, the actors are basically all like no-name people, I think.
Yeah, but if it's entertaining, that's the main thing. Rogue Review says my favourite Disney film is The Straight Story. Yes, I'm a David Lynch fan, by the way. Yeah, David Lynch film. I think I've heard you talk about this one, Andy, haven't you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a very bare bones type of movie, but it's really good. The story's really good in it. It's very very smaller, and it's not as Lynchian. It's not what you'd expect from a David Lynch film. It's probably like his second most easy to follow, probably after The Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a good movie. It really is a good movie.
It's good. Have you seen it, Tim?
No. There's a lot of Lynch I still haven't seen yet. I think I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 of his.
Yeah. And what about you, Mike? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, like Andy says, it's not a very David Lynch-like movie. It's like a kids' Disney movie, basically. Yeah, and it's very, very basic, simple story, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, it's very unheard of him to do a kids' film. It's a bit like Martin Scorsese with Hugo.
Yeah.
It's not like a movie that it's aimed at kids. It's just there's nothing in it that would get it a PG rating.
It's rated U here, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like it gets a U rating because there's nothing risky in the movie. It's just an easy to watch film.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is it on Disney Plus? No.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, that's a shame. Lisa says the straight story is brilliant. Check it out. Rogue Review says, I remember when I was young and I used to watch Toy Story and Toy Story 2 to death. I also remember being absolutely terrified at the THX logo and left the room when it came on. Yes, I can remember that. Oh, the logo used to be so loud, I think, if I remember.
Yep.
Yeah. Dr. Possible says, is Nick Cage nuts? Probably. Gary North says, the straight story makes me cry every time. Watch it. Great film. Oh, I'll keep an eye out for that one. Marvel fan says, Beavis and Butthead Do America needs a Blu-ray Steelbook in the UK. Yeah, it does. Do you think it will happen, Andy?
I hope so. I hope it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike?
Yeah, maybe it'll happen. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, and Tim, I think it's already available on Blu-ray in your country.
Yeah, and it's a super cheap title here. It's like a $10 title.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. They probably do it over here. Would do the universe in a double pack. That'd be good.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right. Lisa Love says, I'm shocked that nobody did the Corleone line. B&B Do America cracks me up. Dr. Impossible says, Mike, get a flipping copy of Prince of the City. You won't regret it. You can purchase it on eBay, but no doubt it will show up on H&B Premium. Everything has stalled. A few are going out of print.
Yeah, I did look on eBay, but it was still quite expensive, and I know the movie's meant to be great, but there's always that slight chance that I might not like the movie, and I'll just be a bit annoyed if I spend loads of money on it and I don't like it.
I'm actually going to order it right now. It's $16.99 for Warner Archive, so I'm going to order it right now.
Wow. Gary North says The Northman is my favorite of the year. Awesome.
Really good.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. Lisa agrees. Oh. I'm hearing a lot of people enjoying this one, way more than like his previous ones, because I know his previous films have been very divisive, very much like Midsommar and Hereditary, either love it or hate it. So I'll give Northman a go.
Yeah, my favorite of the three is still Lighthouse, but Lighthouse is also the wackiest of the three. The movie is bonkers.
Rogue says, at the start of the premium sale, I went to buy Casualties of War, then I discovered it was out of print and going for a fortune on eBay. And yeah, same here.
That's a tough movie to sit through.
Michael J. Fox, isn't it? And Sean Penn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's a very difficult watch film, but that one and Little Shop of Horrors, I think, are both out of print on the premiums, aren't they?
I think quite a lot of the early ones are. I know The Mission is out of print, and I can't remember what else. But I think when you get a premium, you get like a leaflet which has all the titles, and it says next to them which ones are out of print.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think A Scanner Darkly's out of print as well.
Yeah.
I think I checked in like a recent book photos. It's a shame that they don't redo them. It could be due to licensing issues or whatever. But
I do love though when a company will give you the heads up that something is going out of print, because like Shout Factory, Scream Factory will actually give us a heads up here, like well in advance, like, hey, purchase these movies by this date, and then they're out of print.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool because some places will just, oh, it's out of print now. You had no idea. They're gone.
Yeah. There's a company in the UK called Indicator. You do get emails like every month, and they say like these ones are coming out of print soon. So that's really handy. It'd be nice if Arrow did that.
Yeah.
Doctor Impossible got a copy of Death Trap on the H&V Premium this week in the 2:15. Another limited film with Keanu Reeves. Great thriller and very underrated. I picked that one up in the new sale, and I'm looking forward to watching it. You guys seen it?
Yep.
No, am I picturing the cover? Does it have like a cube with like a hand coming out of the?
Yeah,
it's like a Rubik's cube, isn't it?
I could picture it then. I haven't seen it.
You enjoyed it, Andy?
Yeah, it's a great film. It's one of those twisty-turny types of movies where you just don't know what the next scene's going to be. But it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. And you've seen it, Mike?
Yeah, I can only say exactly the same as what Andy said. It's got a lot of twists. You just don't know where that movie's going to go.
Oh, look forward to watching it very soon, then. Richard says, hi, everyone. Watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Blu-ray at 7 in the morning. Forgot Malcolm McDowell was the racing driver and it had an intermission. Any film surprise you once owned? I didn't know Malcolm McDowell was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, it's been a long time since I saw it, but that is a charming, fun little movie, though.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Dr. Impossible says, I was told in H&V Truro that the HM Premium is going bye-bye. Some titles aren't being reprinted, so it sounds not good. Yeah. I had a word with my local one, and they said, yeah, it's finishing. They're going to do this sale, and I think they're going to do one more sale and just get rid of them. It is a shame. Great little collection of films, and they really do go all out on it with the slipcase, the booklet, art cards and poster.
Yeah, I think they've had a good run. They've nearly got 200 titles, haven't they?
Yeah, about 160, I think. So
I suppose it's got to end somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah. Probably they don't sell them. Maybe if they did 2 for 20 instead of 2 for 25, they would have sold more.
Yeah.
I do just want to reiterate, as an American, though, I am very jealous of HMV because we have no chain place like that whatsoever here. Nothing that focuses on physical media.
You just have like Target and stuff like that, don't you? Like Best Buy?
Yeah, we have Targets, Walmarts, Best Buys and stuff, but the physical media is an afterthought to almost nothing. Like some Best Buys now got rid of all physical media. So we don't, the closest I guess we would have to the idea of an HMV is we have FYE, but FYEs still aren't near. I see the pictures of HMVs and it's like our FYEs are nothing like that. So I am definitely, as an American, very jealous that you got places like that. That's very cool.
Oh, wow. I honestly thought there would be loads of places in America because I remember you used to watching like Blu-ray hunts in America and like all the shops would be full of it.
Yeah, no, we got you could find cool mom and pop places, but there's no bigger company that handles that stuff well here at all.
It's such a shame. It's the same here with supermarkets with physical media. That's all drying up now. We used to have like a few supermarkets here that sold a lot, but now it's only like one or two that does it. It's H&V and CEX if you want like pre-owned versions.
Yeah.
And charity shops, so they're a bit up and down depending on where you live. Next up, we've got Lisa saying When the Wind Blows by Raymond Briggs is amazing. Awesome. Yes, it is. It is. Lisa says When the Wind Blows is the one about the old couple during the nuclear war. Yeah, very good film. And David Bowie does the soundtrack.
That's cool.
Oh, wow. I'm even sold even more. Dr. Impossible says, good choice, Lisa. Dark but memorable animation. David did some of the music, yeah. Rogue says, I kind of want to go to McPizza road trip and travel to all 8 restaurants. I want to join you as well, Rogue. Yes, I'd like to go on a McPizza road trip.
I can't imagine what a McDonald's pizza would taste like, though. McDonald's isn't exactly very high quality.
I'm just imagining their pizza is basically just like a burger bun topped upside down with cheese and pepperoni on.
Oh, God, that sounds terrible.
Oh. Lisa to Edward Coppock, 13 Lives is great. The documentary's even better. Marvel fan says McDonald's not only used to sell pizza, but they used to sell spaghetti in the United States.
Wow.
Luckily, I haven't experienced that either. I'll take a pass on that.
I think it's been half a movie stream tonight and half a McDonald's stream. Edward says you're going to see the new Fisherman's Friends 2, 1 and all out next week. I haven't seen the first one, heard it's quite good. Soph's a big fan of it, so I think she'll be watching it, but I'll probably watch the first one first. You seen it, Andy?
I've seen the first one. I might see the second one. I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. And Mike?
No, I've not seen the first one.
No. I don't know if this has been released in the US, Tim, Fisherman's Friend.
I've never heard of it, so yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, still getting over seeing the BBC threads from 84, Mick Jackson's Nuclear Fallout, then Testament made by Paramount, Hard Watch. I have heard about them. Yeah, definitely Hard Watchers. Rogue says McDonald's still sells spaghetti in the Philippines and it's more popular than the Big Mac there, which is mental. If you say McDonald's to a Filipino, they'll think spaghetti is basically due to Jollibee. Wow.
I think most McDonald's in different countries try to cater their menu around their area.
Yeah. Ours is just like burgers, chicken nuggets, and fish fingers. That's about it.
I mean that's what it is in the United States here. It's the same stuff.
Yeah. I still can't believe some of them in Italy do alcohol. Moving on. Lisa says, we don't need a sequel to Joker. The first one did what we needed. It gave us background as to who he is and why. And I do agree with you there. What do you guys think? Very much the same?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Completely agree with Lisa there. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care.
Rogue says, you know what's annoying? The HMV Premium Collection may end on the spine number 53, which is unsatisfying. Yeah. They should have ended it up on 150 or 160. Or even better, 200.
Do spine numbers make you guys collect movies you might not otherwise, or no? Just curious.
Yeah, that's why I hate numbered spines. I hate it so much. Well, yeah, I'm okay with the premium collection because a lot of the movies on that range I've got on DVD and I don't care to upgrade. So I'm just sort of getting the ones that I'm missing. Just those ones. But yeah, I do hate numbered spines, man. Oh, it's a killer.
Yeah.
And you're looking at your shelf. Yeah.
Especially when you're missing like one or two.
Yeah.
That is the thing. I bought a load of premiums just recently, put on the shelves, and I've got like a cluster of about 10 of them, and they're all in sync, missing only one or two, and I'm just like, do I get them two just so I have a clear set of numbers there?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Carlos says Blade Runner is the better polished movie, but Total Recall is more faster action and rewatchable movies. Jaws, Edge's Alien, and De Niro's performance in King of Comedy is so underrated and better than Joker. Definitely will have to give King of Comedy a watch. Dr. Impossible says another Lumen film that barely ever gets talked about is Q&A with Nick Nolte and Timothy Hutton. Nice corrupt cop with a film with a nice Amand Asante performance. I cannot pronounce that last name. You guys heard of that film, Q&A?
Heard of it. I like Timothy Hutton a lot, though, so I should check it out.
Mike and Andy?
Not seen it. Heard of it.
No.
No,
Maybe
not
it does
seen
ring
it.
a bell.
I know Armand Dassan was the villain in Judge Dredd. That's the only thing I can remember him from.
Oh, okay.
Oh. We've got Gary saying Bobby Peru. I'm completely clueless there. Deadfall is hilarious. The Nicolas Cage film. Gonna have to check that out.
If you want over the top Cage, look no further. Yeah.
More over the top than Vampire's Kiss?
Yes.
Oh damn! I am gonna have to check it out.
It's like I'd say like Vampire's Kiss and Wicker Man, from what I've seen, are like here, and Deadfall's like right up. Like
jeez,
it's nuts. It's that insane. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've added it just to the list, so I'll give that one a watch.
There's a scene in it where he's in this bedroom, but the set hasn't been finished. Like you can see like the boom mics like hanging down from what would be the ceiling, and yeah, it's I can't explain it. It sounds like he's being overdubbed by himself because his lip sync just doesn't match up with what his mouth's the way he's moving, and it's crackers. Oh,
I'm completely intrigued.
yeah.
I've just checked some pictures out online, and it looks crackers.
It has an amazing cast because it's got like Michael Biehn in it. It's got, I think, Charlie Sheen's in it, James Corbin's in it, the drummer from the Monkees is in it. It's got an amazing cast, but like my god, like Nicolas Cage is just, yeah, you've got to see it.
Oh wow. It looks
like maybe like
fun.
after the stream, like look up YouTube clips of him. It's like
he's certainly pulling some funny faces in this film. He is.
Yeah.
And his 70s porn star moustache with his
Yeah,
sunglasses as well.
He does look like a 70s porn star in the movie. But the acting in it is it's fucking awful. It really is. But you've got to see it. Yeah.
I'm sold. Rogue says Flash Gordon has an Arrow release in the USA, but not in the UK. Yes, Studio Now here.
So, for anyone that is a big enough fan of Flash Gordon to pay the import price, it is a very, very good release. The picture quality is great on this 4K. I don't know who is a big enough fan of Flash Gordon to pay that price. But I mean, I got this on a pretty good sale here, but I imagine you importing it, it's going to be pricey. But it's good though.
That's a shame that never got released over here. I would have definitely got that.
We even got. Did you guys see Ted 2? That teddy bear movie? Yeah. So we got a 2-pack of Ted with Flash Gordon. As stupid as it is.
Wow. Rogue says, by the way, the German Blu-ray at the Straight Story looks amazing. Awesome. I'll check on that. Surf says, Pete, I was shocked you was not scared by Hereditary and Wreck. What was wrong with you? I honestly wasn't scared of either of them.
Wow.
I sat and watched Hereditary at night about midnight, and it finished like just after 2 in the morning. I was like, that's not scary at all.
Hereditary didn't scare me, but it very much so had moments that I was like, holy crap, that just happened. Like
it's creepy.
I feel like how they advertised it, I had no clue that would happen.
No, that's definitely a part there. And Wreck, I love Wreck. That's good. Have you seen that, Tim?
Yeah, I've seen it. And have you ever seen the Quarantine, the remake?
Haven't seen that, no.
It's not as good as Wreck, but it's okay.
Oh, keep an eye out for that one then. Marvel fan saying hey to Surf saying hey to Marvel fan. Radley says, too much stuff going on in the house, have to exit early tonight. Great stream again, guys. Take care all. Take care, Radley.
Cheers, Radley.
Dr. Impossible says, Snake Eyes is total shit with Nicolas Cage. The opening sequence is tastefully done, but it's downhill with De Palma in charge.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
De Palma is such a good director, though. My God, Blowout is incredible.
Yeah, Blowout's good.
Soph's not a fan of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It goes straight in the bin. She does not like the child catcher at all.
The child catcher in it. Fucking hell. There's one creepy bastard in.
Yeah. Dr. Impossible says, once you add VAT into the mix with import and it's nutty. I did get 2 imprint titles from Australia, expensive titles. Indicator went US early this year. Got any Indicator, Tim?
So I just bought my very first Indicator literally like 2 weeks ago. This Humphrey Bogart set. That's I need to dive more into them because the more I look, it's like they do awesome stuff. But yeah, this is all I have for right now. We have some great smaller companies that will actually buy all this import stuff, and then we could buy it from them. So it's not like we're importing directly from UK. We're just buying it from a local place. So that's where I got this from. It's a place called Orbit DVD in North Carolina. They just import all the stuff, and then they just up their price a little bit. So it works out.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's a big help then.
Yeah.
Gary says McDonald's need to bring back root beer. Wow.
I didn't even know they didn't have it, but I didn't care to look, I guess.
No. Marvel fan said, did anybody pre-order Watership Down on 4K released by BFI?
Yeah, I pre-ordered on Zavi.
Oh, that's cool. They're doing a box out of it, isn't it? Similar to the Get Carter one. You get like a booklet in it and all sorts of bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Too bad. You guys getting it, Andy or Mike?
No, I'm just gonna stick to the DVD. That's one messed up film. Watership Down.
Yeah. Does the pre-order come with a free box of tissues?
But there's just something about the voice cast in that movie because like John Hurt is just like on point in that film. Like that guy's voice is just incredible. Like, have you seen like the 80s AIDS advert? Like he did the voiceover for that advert, and my God, it's a thunderous advert. Like, oh my way, like his voiceover for that advert is just spot on. Yes,
it is. It's very haunted.
Yeah.
Cool.
BFI do good stuff though. I got their 7th Seal release, and it's really good. So, be interested in getting more of their stuff.
Sub says, yeah, love Fisherman's Friends. Looking forward to the second one, although most of the cast is different. Dr. Impossible says, Lighthouse is nuts, especially the ending. Hitchcock smiles from heaven, the birds.
The movie is wild.
Yeah.
David Beach says, Olivia Newton-John movies. Yeah, Grease has got to be it, I think. Rogue says, I know the McDonald's in Thailand is a proper restaurant instead of a fast food restaurant to compete with the Thai street markets. Ooh, that sounds cool. Steve Mack says, I do think Paramount are getting cash greedy with those 4K box sets now. Edge of Tomorrow and now Fatal Attraction and Vanilla Sky on 4K. Edge of Tomorrow's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
It was Paramount. Now I'm not sure.
That's a Lib Dive Repeat, isn't it? That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, maybe it is Warner Brothers then. Either way, Paramount is at least here in the United States. They're very much so. They're releasing Blu-rays and then like 6 months down the line releasing 4Ks. It's like they're kind of testing the water, or they know that they're going to get your money both times. But they ignored the format for like a decade. All they did was release their new stuff. So now everyone is praising that they're releasing their back catalog. They're only releasing that because they didn't do anything for 10 years.
Yeah, it's a bit like Warner Brothers and Disney over here. There's films like Jojo Rabbit, The Last Duel, and Malignant. We got the 4Ks like about 3 to 6 months afterwards.
Same for Malignant for us also. It's it was like 4 months later we got the 4K. It's like, what the heck? I paid to buy the Blu-ray, and now you're giving me a 4K 4 months later.
They know the collectors will buy it because they want it. That's just the thing, double dipping.
Yep.
I know Paramount over here, I don't know whether they do that in America, but with 4Ks, you'll just get the 4K disc now with no Blu-ray. And
yeah. They very much so. That they cheap things out as much as possible. But over here, a lot of at least their catalog stuff is dirt cheap, like $12. So I can't fault them too much if the stuff is at least cheap.
Yeah, that's not too bad for the price. Gary says, indicate releases look terrible on your shelves if you have a mixture of special and standard releases. Yeah, I think you're right there. I got most of mine in a box. Gary says, Deadfall is that bad, Andy is right. You can't explain it. You have to see it yourself to believe it.
It's something.
I'm going to search it out. And then on next week's stream, I'm going to be saying, thank you, Andy, for introducing me to this gem of a movie.
It's not the movie, it's just Nick Cage in that movie is just like you've never seen anything like it.
Oh, just Nick Cage being Nick Cage, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Steve Mack says, as for Star Trek, it's as if 1 to 4 never existed on 4K, because now they want you to buy 1 to 6 and get 1 to 4 again. Yeah, that's a cheeky one.
Yep.
Yeah, and the box set over here was really awful when it came out, weren't it? The 4K box set Star Trek. It was very thin and flimsy. I know a lot of people actually took theirs back and got a refund because they weren't happy with it, and it was like 80 quid.
Yeah.
But they're releasing them singularly as well.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of look better like that with the slipcovers. Or it'll cost more, but I think it'll be a better deal.
I actually passed on the 1 through 4 set because I knew that they were going to give us 1 through 6. So I just waited.
Yeah. Lisa says, Hereditary creeped the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't fazed by it. But by that post scene, there wasn't nothing else really that shocked me in it. I was like, yeah, it's creepy, but I wasn't terrified.
I don't think it scared me, but it unsettled me. Like it disturbed me, I should say, but it didn't outright scare me. I just think it's a very disturbing movie in places.
That's the best description for it. Yeah. Dr. Impossible says, Indicator looks good on my shelves, especially the noir films. So do the Second Sights. The Hitcher, whenever that appears on the scene, will be the tops. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I've been umming and ahhing about getting that German release, but I keep hearing the Second Sight one's coming out, so I'm just like, do I hold off and get that? Probably for the best.
Yeah.
We've got Gareth here from Videos Tasty saying, hey all. Hey Gareth.
Hey Gareth.
Dr. Imposter saying, hey Gareth. Rogue says, I enjoyed Dress to Kill. It's De Palma's version of Psycho, bought the Arrow release. I've got it, haven't seen it yet. You guys seen it?
Yeah, I got the Criterion for it.
Oh, wow, it's Criterion over in the States.
Oh, yeah, you guys don't have a Criterion over there? It's in here somewhere, but yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't think it got Criterion over here, did it, Andy?
I don't think so. I think it's just Arrow.
Yeah.
I feel like it might do. I feel like it might get one because I know Blowout that came out on Arrow, but it was Criterion in the US. But it's eventually come out here on Criterion in the UK. So I feel like maybe Dress to Kill might follow that soon.
Maybe if they lose the rights to it or whatever, and Criterion picks it up.
Yeah.
It so bugs me. I don't put my Criterion in any type of order whatsoever, so finding stuff's like impossible.
Soph says, I will say to my two nieces, choose a film to watch, and guess what they pick? They want to torture me. Chitty chitty bang bang. Rogue says, I love that the Criterion of Plink Flamingos come in a bath bag. Comes with a bath bag, does it? Oh,
yeah. It's cool. The slip cover is like a bag. And it has a little. I think it has a bag inside too. It's not a movie that interests me at all, so I'm not picking it up. But it's cool packaging.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it due to Andy's description of it. Yeah, that is certainly a film of some sorts.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
No. Good on Criterion for picking it up. I mean, at least it's got a release, but yeah, strong stomach for that one, indeed.
Absolutely.
Gareth says, hi, Dr. Impossible. Steve says, as you guys may know, used to do a monthly preview, still buy all their stuff of Criterion, isn't that right, Steve? Ah, awesome. Gary says there's two different versions of Dress to Kill, R-rated and the old style X. Didn't know that. Seth says my other half has all formats on Malignant. It's his favourite film of last year.
It was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, he's even got a VHS of it as well.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says CX probably going to increase every movie or TV show on Blu-ray or DVD when a certain celebrity dies. Is this disrespectful? I understand high demand.
That just seems like a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so and so died. Let's go through our everything we have in stock and increase. That just seems unnecessary.
Yeah. CEX, like, they have people who work there who watch like tractions for films and whatever, and when they see the prices, well, more active like on other websites, they'll put the prices up. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do. It is kind of disrespectful because they are making money out of somebody passing away.
Yeah,
it's an odd one. CX are very greedy. That's it at the end of the day. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, it's a bit low, isn't it, to try and cash in on someone's death. So yeah, it's not great.
No, I'd rather buy it brand new, so the movie was bought brand new and the funds go to the studio instead of buying it pre-owned from CEX. What do you think, Andy? Mike.
Yeah, I guess the problem is when somebody dies, they know that people are going to have show an interest again in their work. It's like when Michael Jackson died, and all you heard for like 2 months was Michael Jackson music on the radio because people just wanted to like listen to him again. So I think they know that the demand is going to be there, so they can put the prices up. But yeah, it's not in the best taste.
No.
What's crazy is all you have to do is just wait a little bit. If you don't have someone's movie and they passed away, like wait a little bit and the price will come back down. This is all just based off a rush of people going for it. Same thing here in the United States with Stranger Things. People rushed for Kate Bush's album like crazy because people in general, Kate Bush wasn't a huge name here like she was over there. That people were buying up the album like crazy. Just wait a bit. Once Stranger Things season dies down, that album will go back down to normal levels again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A few months ago, nobody really paid much notice to her. Now everybody loves her.
Yeah.
David Beach says Olivia Newton-John's movies and her music will live forever in our hearts and she'll never be forgotten. She was amazing, one of the best singers in the world. Yeah. Carla says, guys, on 4K buys, do you get 4K releases for the newer movies, for the modern day look for a movie, or do you go for the older movies for a more improved transfer?
Both.
Oh.
Older movies benefit more. Like a good black and white movie from like 40s or something can look incredible in 4K. But I buy plenty of modern movies in 4K too.
I've heard black and white movies like Psycho look incredible in 4K.
Oh, outstanding! That It's a Wonderful Life, Saboteur in the Hitchcock set. Like there's incredible black and white movies in 4K.
Oh, that's really cool. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hold it against the movie, you know, when it came out, whether it's new or whether it's old, but I get it on 4K because I like that movie. That's the reason why I'd buy it on 4K. I've never really upgraded from Blu-ray to 4K, only with like maybe one or two movies, but I've made the leap from DVD to 4K with a lot of movies. And yeah, there's a few older movies for me that I watched that on 4K that just looked fantastic. Like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory looked amazing on 4K. The colors were just like wow. And like one I mentioned earlier, Beetlejuice as well. That's one of the best 4Ks I've ever seen. So good, in fact, that it's making the practical effects look really bad because you can see the cracks and the seams in them. But yeah, I do have newer movies as well on 4K. Like I got No Way Home on 4K. I got The Northman on 4K, and they look great as well. So it's not really a case of for me of when the movie came out. It's just, do I like the movie?
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah.
By the way, this 4K is incredible. You guys haven't seen?
Oh wow!
It's stunning how good this looks. The desert scenery. This is like top 5 of all my 4Ks. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I try to go more for older movies because I think, like Tim said, I think they tend to benefit more from 4K. I think newer movies. I think the problem I have with newer movies is that they tend to already look really good on Blu-ray as they are, and I find the difference in 4K to be not that great unless you've got like you've got the right TV and the right setup. Yeah, so I do tend to try and go for like older movies.
Here's the kicker though with newer stuff too. So special effects, all the CGI, it's downscaled to 2K because it's too expensive and costly to do it in 4K. So things like Avengers and all that stuff, it's just upscaled to 4K when you get the disc. So anything that's like CGI special effects heavy, it's going to be a 2K digital intermediate. You're getting the best benefit from stuff that's actually on film that actually doesn't have a whole ton of CGI. Like that's the type of stuff that will benefit the most.
Yeah.
As for me, I still haven't got a 4K player, but I've ended up picking up a bundle of 4K films, about 10 of them for less than 30 quid. So that's something at least I've got a load of films there, so when I upgrade, they're there for me. Richard Burnett says, most of the people involved in shitty set design, cinematography, Chubby Broccoli did most of the James Bond movies. The child catcher was a ballet dancer. Yeah, I remember hearing about the child catcher being a ballet dancer. And it's an Ian Fleming novel as well, isn't it? So that explains why Broccoli was involved. Dr. Impossible says, import Flash Gordon on Arrow. I'll send you a Bank of England gold bar, Tim. Then send me the box set. Rogue says usually only one label gets a title at the time. Yeah. Steve says a Kino 4K release in the US, no date yet. Sorry, meant to say Dress to Kill. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Kino Lorber here has been stealing titles from Criterion like crazy. Like they're gaining the 4K rights to a lot of stuff that was in the Criterion collection.
Oh, that's good. I've heard nothing but great things about their transfers.
Oh, Kino Lorber is great. They're one of my favorite boutique labels.
Carlos says more movie face-offs. Porky's versus American Pie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest versus The Awakening. The Hitcher versus Silence of the Lambs, and why? Oh.
This is easy for me.
Go on then, Mike.
American Pie, Cuckoo's Nest, and The Hitcher. Why? Because they're three of my all-time favorites, and the other three, I like them, but the ones I've chosen, they're some of my favorite movies.
Great picks. Andy?
Mine's exactly the same as Mike. American Pie is that's a classic that me and Mike just both love to watch. That franchise. Cuckoo's Nest, I have so much nostalgia for. It's an amazing film. So is Awakenings, but I just don't have that nostalgia for Awakenings. I saw that movie fairly recently. I didn't grow up with it. The Hitcher for me is a movie I instantly fell in love with, whereas Silence of the Lambs, the love for that movie had to grow over time. It wasn't instant, whereas with The Hitcher it was.
Right.
So that's probably why.
No, but great picks there. And Tim, how about you?
I'm same on American Pie and Cuckoo's Nest, but I go Silence of the Lambs over Hitcher. Anthony Hopkins, his Hannibal Lecter is like an all-time best performance. It's a fantastic movie.
I agree with you there. Love Silence of the Lambs. I'm going to say American Pie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Silence of the Lambs. And why? Because they're the only ones I've seen. Lisa says American Pie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Silence of the Lambs. The last two are two of my all-time favourites. David says, Pete, do you own Grease on Blu-ray? It looks amazing in HD. Olivia Newton-John, she amazing in the film with John Travolta. That movie will live forever. I don't have it on Blu-ray. It's always on TV though, so if I ever want to watch it, I'm sure that'll be on TV this weekend or next weekend. Dr. Impossible says, Robert Haltman played the child catcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He also starred in a stunning ballet film called The Tales of Hoffman and starred as a mad doctor in the Australian classic Patrick. I think I've heard of this one, that Australian one, but it's really interesting. Marvel fan says, when Sean Lock died, CX put up the price of 15 stories high for 15 quid, £20. Now it costs £3.
Yeah.
So we're assured that Greece will be quite expensive now. That's really bad taste of CX to do that.
Yeah.
I know the same happened with Sean Connery when he passed away. His prices for his films, especially that Never Say Never Again, went silly high. Cora says The Tales of Hoffman is stunning. Awesome. Dr. Impossible says, damn right, Cora. It's better than the Red Shoes, and that was stunning.
Oh, wow.
Red Shoes is great.
I haven't seen the Red Shoes. I'm going to have to get that one. Soph says, hey to Cora. David said, Pete, do you own Grease on Blu-ray? It looks amazing in HD. I don't, mate, but I probably will do now. Cora says, hey to Soph. Soph says, I will not watch anything with and in the child catcher. Oh. David says, Andy, do you own Grease on 4K, mate?
Not on 4K, but I'll show you the edition I've got of it. Hang on.
I can't remember if I had Grease on 4K.
No. I was going to say, do you own it on 4K or Blu-ray? And
feel like I bought the 4K, but it'd be on the other side of the room. That's one of the things when you have like 6,000 movies. Sometimes it's hard to remember which version you have.
So I've got this is the Blu-ray. I've got the HMV VHS one. I'm not sure if this is still in print anymore.
That's lovely. That is.
You get a poster with it.
That's cool.
And you get like a sticker and a card with it as well.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it comes in like this box, which looks like a VHS tape. And you get the Blu-ray and the DVD on like tape reels.
Oh.
So yeah, I've not got it in 4K, but yeah, that's the version I have.
I love those sets that mimic a VHS. Here in the US, we had a Stranger Things season 1 and 2 had like VHS replica ones. They were really cool.
Yeah, I can remember them popping up. But you never got season 3 on Blu-ray, did
you?
Never
got 3, and I doubt it even comes at this point.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a lovely set, Andy. I didn't even know Grease was on the VHS range.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they stopped doing them because it would have just been too much money. But the ones that they did do, yeah, they look amazing. Yeah.
Ah, that's good. I'll see how much that goes for online. That is a lovely addition.
Yeah, because some of them you can still.
You, Mike? Do you own Grease? Oh, sorry. What are you saying?
I was just going to say some of them you can still get, but some of them are like long gone out of print.
Yes, I was going to say that one probably is because I don't think I've ever seen it advertised anywhere.
Yeah, I think that one is. I think it's mainly like Blues Brothers that's still going in Beverly Hills Cop. But
and E.T., I think, and probably E.T. Back to the Future.
Yeah, but I think all the others are long gone.
Do you own Grease, Mike?
I've still only got it on DVD. I don't know if you had this version, Andy. It was like in a pink case, and it was like a digipack.
Yeah, I had just like a standard pink covered one in an Amaray case.
Okay. Yeah, mine was like an all pink cover with the Grease logo on it, and then had like a digipack with just a booklet and a disc. But yeah, that's the only version I've still got at the moment. It was okay.
We've got Cora saying Tremors looks amazing indeed on 4K, so good. Actually, it's criminal. Wow. Gary North says Blue Velvet 4K is my most wanted release. I'm sure it won't be too long.
I feel like all big movies should eventually make it.
Yeah, I agree. When the Emoji Movie gets a 4K, yeah, you kind of hope Blue Velvet does.
The Emoji Movie 4K, people are finding it in our Dollar Trees here, so paying $1 for it. That's how mass produced, and no one wants that.
Yeah, that's a bit like over here. You can buy that for a couple of quid, I think, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Richard Burnett says, I'm buying studios that no longer exist. Nearly finished my Dino De Laurentiis collection. There's some good ones there. You heard of this person?
Yeah, he's like he's not a director. He's like a producer. So what did he do? He did he produced the Dune movie, the one that David Lynch directed, and Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, I can't remember what else, but it's kind of like big in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, the name's not
familiar. Steve Mack says, a not well-known film with Olivia Newton-John is 83's Two of Kind. Again with John Travolta, she sings the theme song Twist of Fate. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Dr. Impossible says to Sophie, he's odd-looking helpman. He used to be a teacher in ballet, like him in Patrick. Imagine if he was your teacher. Oh.
That's a good movie, Patrick.
Battlefan says, I hope Billy Madison will be re-released on Blu-ray again soon, as the original UK release has been out of print for 5 to 6 years now. I had to import it from the US. Comments gone weird. Dr. Impossible says Oliver Reed was in Two of a Kind. Jesus, now where's my copy of Condorman? Carlos says, I agree, Hopkins was superb in The Silence of the Lambs, but I've always enjoyed his magic. Anyone seen that in opinions? That's the one with the the dummy one.
Yeah, I haven't seen
it. Looks good.
Yeah, it's got Burgess Meredith in it as well.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. Was it released by Second Sight?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was okay. It was fine.
Dr. Impossible says magic is great. Jerry Goldsmith's score is eerie.
Love Jerry Goldsmith. So many great scores.
I agree there. Great. Cora says, my recommendation of the week is Ikaru by Kurosawa. Don't know why I recommended it, but I do because reasons. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that one, Cora. Thanks for the recommendation. The Viewer Drew says, who do you think is the better actor, Hugh Jackman or Tom Cruise?
I think Hugh Jackman has more range. I think Tom Cruise could be more entertaining.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you've summed it up quite well. Andy?
Yeah, I think Hugh Jackman is the better actor, but Tom Cruise is the better movie star.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mike?
Yeah, I agree. Like I can see Hugh Jackman winning like best actor. I couldn't see Tom Cruise winning it, but he is like the better movie star and he makes more entertaining movies, let's say.
He knows what his wheelhouse is and he's really good at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally agree with all of you guys there. Hugh Jackman's a fantastic actor. Tom Cruise is the Hollywood blockbuster star. Steve says, the dummy in Magic creeped me out. The front cover does. That is the dummy, and that does kind of scare me in the HMV. I was like, oh, what's that? Carlos says, for me, Magic is a kind of like a cross between King of Comedy and Child's Play if anyone hasn't seen it.
That is a heck of a combination.
Steve also said the dummy in Magic creeped me out. Soph says, Grease HMV VHS is selling for £22 on eBay. And so, not too bad then.
It's not the worst.
So. Yeah, but I think you can pick up probably the standard Blu-ray for probably about £4 or £5.
Yeah.
Richard says, don't agree with Willy Wonka 4K picture on my 130 screen, and you only get a DTS 5.1 soundtrack, not Atmos.
That's fair enough.
I don't have 130 inches. I have a 65-inch OLED. It looked great on that, and I have a sound bar, so I can't speak to Atmos.
Yeah, everybody has different setups, don't they? But I've heard Willy Wonka. The colors look incredible.
HDR.
I bet on an OLED it looks superb.
Yeah.
Carlos says, I have Grease in my collection, but I refuse to have Dirty Dancing or ever rewatch it again. The theme track just annoys me too much.
I love Dirty Dancing.
Oh, so do I. Just, wow, but fair enough. Soph says, if he was my teacher, I would get myself kicked out. Soph says, Carlos, no, Dirty Dancing is great.
Yeah. Nobody keeps Baby in the corner.
No, but they're apparently doing a sequel, though, aren't they? A new one.
Yeah.
Wait, they
Jennifer
are?
Grey's coming back into it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want that.
Didn't they do it like a direct to DVD sequel to Dirty Dancing?
I think so,
Or
yeah.
am
Quite
I
a few
thinking of
years
Roadhouse?
after.
Yes.
They did do a
Roadhouse.
Dirty Dancing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roadhouse is getting a remake as well. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I don't know what to think of that.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you say Roadhouse is getting a remake, that worries me. But then you say with Jake Gyllenhaal, it's like, oh, okay, might be worth watching.
Yeah, especially after him in Ambulance, he was great in that.
Yeah,
I always like him, and I still feel like him getting robbed for Nightcrawler not getting nominated, like that's one of the biggest Oscar travesties I think that I can remember. Like he was phenomenal in Nightcrawler and not even getting a nomination. Crazy.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. Gareth says, ever heard of Billy Blanks, Lorenzo Lamas, and Mark? Not going to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, Dukakis.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Tim. No, I haven't heard of him before.
I never heard of Billy Blanks before. That name.
He sounds like a porn star. He does, Billy Blanks.
I don't know if a porn star would want the last name Blanks though.
No. Oh. What about you, Andy? Mike, you heard of him before?
I can't say I have.
No.
Gary says Tom Cruise. That's gone weird. Dr. Impossible says, I'll get arrowed, but that bloody song from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, drove me up the wall back in 91.
It was in the charts for like 16 weeks, wasn't it? It was number one for 16 weeks.
That was the song of the year. It was everywhere, I heard.
Bryan Adams.
Yes. I rewatched the film over the weekend, and yeah, it's a great film. I do like it. Song's still quite good. Didn't drive me up the wall, but I can imagine back in 1991, I was like, oh, this song again. Lisa says Tom Cruise for me too. Carla says, sorry, Sophie. Swayze, I did like it in his movies, but that soundtrack is so overplayed for me. That's fair enough. Gary says, born on the 4th of July was Tom's Oscar moment. He was unlucky not to win that year.
That's his best acting, I think, that he's ever done in a movie. Like he's brilliant in that, and the guy he plays in real life, he gave him like his Bronze Star that he was awarded for his service. He gave it to Tom Cruise for for his for the role. Yeah,
that's awesome. Seb says, I can understand that, Carlos. And we have Coro here. He fantasizes about Tom Cruise together with Hugh Jackman daily. Okay, whatever floats your boat, mate. Lisa says Lorenzo Lamas in Renegade. Oh. The Viewer Drew says, which Ryan Gosling performance do you like more, Blade Runner or La La Land?
La La Land. There's more range in his performance in La La Land, I feel. I adore that movie too.
I need to see La La Land, but I'll have to say Blade Runner. But I'm hearing great stuff by La La Land. Andy?
Yeah, I'd have to say La La Land too. I love both movies, but I'm surprised you didn't put The Nice Guys there, because that's probably my favorite one of his.
That's so fun. So fun.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mike?
Yeah, probably La La Land. I think his performance in that is probably better, but I think Blade Runner is the better movie. but his performance is probably better in La La Land.
Yeah. Keith says Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory looks remarkable on 4K. It definitely got my stamp of approval. I think I can remember you did a video on it, Keith, and yeah, it does look great.
I was very happy with it.
I think it's a Warner Brothers release, isn't it? And I think pretty much every Warner 4K is a winner.
Yeah.
Rogue says I hated the THX logo was the sound effects which gradually got louder as it went on, and the moo edit where they hid the sounds under the moos but still had some nightmare fuel in it. I can remember that. My parents put a DVD bin whilst I was asleep and they turned it up. Didn't realise that come on, and that woke me up and terrified me. Sub said Havana Nights. It was god awful. Carlos says favorite Patrick Swayze film for me is probably Point Break with Roadhouse at second. Roadhouse is a lot of fun.
That's tough. He's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Donnie Darko is one of my favorites with him.
One I love that's a guilty pleasure. Do you ever see Black Dog?
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
I enjoy it. It's not like a great movie, but it's a really entertaining one. It's got Meat Loaf and Randy Travis in it.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Great amount of actors there. I'll definitely have to watch some more of his films. Comments have taken ages to load up here. Right, got Dr. Impossible here saying I love that actress from Risky Business, Rebecca De Horney. Comments have gone weird again. Sorry about this. Well, anyway, Soph says here, I like him in a film called Keeping Mum. A small role, but very funny. Yes, the one with Maggie Smith and Mr. Bean. I can't remember his name. Rowan Atkinson.
That's a fun little movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Patrick Swayze movie has to be Dirty Dancing. Yeah.
He's great.
Cora says, never seen Risky Business. Is Mr. Cruz hot in it? Shirtless, flexing his muscles, etc. You know the works. Also love him in Ghost. Oh, that film breaks me.
It's a good one.
Dr. Impossible says he does a bit Cora, but the best left to the imagination. He does get it on Rebecca on the stairs. Lucky bugger. Right. David says, Andy, have you bought Dirty Dancing on 4K? And Pete, have you bought Dirty Dancing? Two favourite films of Dirty Dancing and Grease. Yep, I've got it. I got my mum it for Christmas last year. Andy?
Yeah, I've got Dirty Dancing on 4K. I've got the Steelbook.
Oh, that's a lovely Steelbook what you got.
Yeah.
Steve Mack says Tom Cruise played Ron Kovic in Born on the 4th of July. Lisa loves Ghost 2. Blanks is a black martial artist in a cheap action movie. Lamar's was a Falcon Crest TV series, and Body Rock, an 80s street hip-hop movie, and did action movies, and Damascus was in Drive, a martial arts movie. Also, Next of Kin was a good Patrick Swayze movie. Haven't seen that one. We have Standing Silence Peter here saying, yeah. Thanks for joining, Peter. Rogue says, glad I'm not the only one who gets flashbacks when I see the THX movies of a movie at the age of 18. Yeah. Carlos says, great live stream again with Alan and Tim as special guests. Keep talking movies, Pete, Andy, and Mike. Thanks ever so much, Carlos. That does mean a lot.
Thanks, Carlos.
And the final comment of the night. So, guys, if you want to put in your final comments, pop them all in the comment section down below. We've got 25 people watching. So, thanks everybody for watching. Rogue says the THX sound was called the Deep Note, and Lucas chose it as it pushed the TMX sound system to the maximum capacity. It definitely sounded like my TV was going to explode.
I remember The Simpsons did like a parody of it where like everyone's in a cinema and all their heads are exploding and teeth are shattering and
Yes. No. Peter says Damascus all over the floor copter. Coral says it was nice talking to you guys. Next time the drinks are on Andy. See you, Coral. Edward says, apparently on eBay, the Grease VHS range limited edition Blu-ray new and sold to go for 22 quid. Not too bad a price. Thanks so much, Edward. Soph says, Xenomorph, that's all I will say. Andy will get it.
Yeah, that's a private joke between me and Soph. Yeah.
I think I know what she means. Right. Anyway, that is the final comment of tonight. So we've still got 21 people watching. So thanks ever so much, everybody at home, for watching. And as always, thanks to Andy and Mike for joining tonight. It's been a lot of fun. And thank you to our two special guests, Alan from Kermits Ghost and Tim from Tim Talks Talkies. Hope you enjoyed yourself, Tim. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, I had a really good time. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to get you back on again in the future, mate. Again, if you haven't subscribed to Tim or Alan's channel or Andy's or Mike's, they're all in the description down below. Final comment is, oh no, we've got a bunch of them now. That's normally how it goes. Does Dirty Dancing look like on 4K?
It's really pretty good. It's quite grainy, but it's a step up from the DVD. Definitely, I didn't check out the Blu-ray. I just went straight in with the 4K. But it's pretty grainy. But yeah, it does look pretty good.
I love the grain.
Yeah.
David says when the comments load up, thank you guys for tonight. Take care. So do you, mate. Take care, David. See you again soon. Comments coming up. Dr. Impossible says Warner Brothers home video retail did a tape of 88 with all the sexy dance moves from Dirty Dancing with Swayze, and it got an exempt for classification. We've got Marvel fan here saying goodbye, guys. Goodbye, mate. Rogue Review saying see you. See you, Rogue. Lisa Love says great stream, guys. Thanks for watching, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
And Steve Max says THX. I nearly said TK Maxx stands for Tom Holman's crossover system. Oh, thanks for telling us, Steve. Rogue says we don't want you to go. It's a conspiracy. Oh wow. It's getting a little late now on all so more coming.
Is he gone?
What's going on here? What's going on? Am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
You're back now.
Yeah, it's like once you get up to near 4 hours, it basically kicks you off. It does for some reason. Everybody goes blank, but I'm the only one who goes blank to everybody else. But I'm back. As I was saying before, StreamYard told me to go. Tim, how you got anything coming up on your channel in the next week that people would like to watch, like any live streams or anything?
Well, I have a live stream coming up on the 26th on my channel that is going to be all about Buffy. Me and a bunch of people will be talking about our top 5 episodes of Buffy. And then I've got some other ideas. I didn't fully plan them yet. And then I have a bunch of just regular videos coming up, a call video and some other stuff. My video does not have structured plans. I just do stuff that feels right and it comes out. That's all. I don't have any structured plan whatsoever.
But your videos are brilliant, and you've got a fantastic channel, mate.
Thank you.
Have you got anything coming on your channel, Andy?
Not at the minute, no. Just maybe just some more like random top 10 lists. For me, maybe I might do another top 10 favorite movies for an actor. But yeah, just doing some weird top 10s at the moment at the weekends.
Sounds good. Look forward to them. And Mike, have you got anything coming on your channel soon?
Not at the moment. No, I tend to like decide just on the day. Like it's like an impulse thing. I'll just suddenly like, oh, I want to do a video about that today. So you might see something this week or next week. Yeah, we'll see.
Sounds good. As for me, I've got July's Blu-ray haul to upload. By the time I might as well just leave it to bundle up with August by the time I upload it. And I've got a subscriber amount to do, and I'll probably do some more videos. I know I've got to do a John Carpenter tag soon, but hopefully next week when it cools down, I'll get that filmed. So I really want to do that one. Thanks for calling me out, Andy. That's really
no
appreciated.
problem, Pete.
Peter says, I watched the Fifth and the Fury 1989 a few days ago. Great documentary on the Sex Pistols. I remember you told me about that one. Right. Awesome. I know there's a new one on Disney Plus, but I haven't heard the greatest things about it.
Yeah, I know.
He says, Steve Jones with his white Les Paul custom is my guitar hero. Awesome. David Beach says, Patrick Swayze was a good singer too. Yeah, if the comment comes up. I agree. And the final comment of tonight comes from Richard Burnett. Says, I love the buy upgrade stuff on the things you were watching. VHS upgrade to DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray to 4K. How does that work? All very best. See you next time. Love the live stream. Thanks ever so much, Richard. And that is the final comment of tonight. So we've done nearly 4 hours, so it's quite a hefty stream. I've got notifications popping up left, right, and centre on my phone, so I can't see myself. But anyway, thanks ever so much, everybody, for watching at home. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks as always, Andy and Mike, for joining. It's been a pleasure as always. Thanks to Alan, and thanks to Tim for joining. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. Good time.
And join us all next week for another Wednesday night movie live stream where our special guest will be Kermits. So see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.